This episode of Limit Break Radio is made possible by our generous Patreon donors, including Tara Fug of Hyperion, Maruli Epican of Gilgamesh, Shin Frostfire of Fairy. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/Limit Break Radio.
From the owners of the Smashed Wench in Limsa, bring you a whole new experience in Gridania. Introducing the all-new Red Fire Elemental Light District in the slums of Gridania. We can give you a full service for your every need using our numerous imported shops and hostels. Looking to increase your attack for your partner? Stomp into Yotsuyu's heels and more for a great deal. Want a fun time without the burden of parents? Chloe's Orphanage doesn't judge, if you have the gil. Has your submissive still not learned their lesson? The newly relocated Skurro's Anal Corks and more has items to plug every hole you wish. Too awkward to even approach the opposite sex? Avoid the problem altogether with Uriange's Deus Ex Doll China and have the night of your dreams with anyone. All this and more at the Red Fire Elemental District in Gridania. Remember, crime doesn't pay, but sex does.
Live from Eorzea. Limit Break. With your hosts, Unhero.
Now behold the horror you have wrought.
Kahlo.
I said don't take your clothes off.
Juxtaposition.
I don't get it.
Ascalia.
Holy shit, totally forgot about him.
And Mika.
Oh my god.
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio. Goddamn episode 130.
Holy hell.
I know, right? Lots of shows. You can find all 130 episodes over at our website, limitbreakradio.com. I mean, it's just impressive that every week we're able to come out here and give you a 3-hour talk show about a game that doesn't give us an iota of content.
Why do we do this?
Why do we do this? Who knows?
For the 103 viewers in our chat right now and the thousands that download our show every month.
That's right.
Oh, that's fair. That's a better reason.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to Limit Break Radio. Thank you guys for joining us.
People only do things because they get paid.
I mean,
And that's just really sad.
it's not the only reason, but
Some people get laid.
speaking of which, patreon.com/Limit Break Radio is how you can support this show. Just saying. Let's kick it on over to our Eorzean studios. You can join us if you wish, if you are actually still logging into this game.
If your subscription hasn't lapsed.
We got a lot of those. We got a lot of those tweets this week showing like, my subscription lapsed and I'm not renewing.
Yeah, that's correct.
What a weird thing for people to be taking pride in.
We got a couple,
yeah.
we got a tweet along the lines of, if you guys want to do your show about another MMO, I'll follow.
So predictable.
Yeah.
No,
that's a
here's the
weird.
thing,
That's a weird message to get.
It's not predictable. We've never gotten a message like that before.
Yeah, that's new.
Sorry, not sorry.
Ashes of Creation is still 2 years out, guys.
Yeah.
That game's gonna be bad.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about live letter number 39 today here on the show. So we'd love to hear from you. You can send a Skype message over to Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord if you want to call in on Discord. Again, we would love to hear from you because this is definitely going to be an interesting show. We had the most recent live letter after live letter 39. I mean,
You thought it couldn't get worse after live letter 39.
Called it.
You were wrong.
things are looking pretty grim at the moment for 4.1.
Maybe you guys don't even realize just how grim. Well, don't worry, because we're going to fill you in.
Yeah, we're definitely going to let you know, but we want to know what your reaction to the live letter was, what your reaction to what we can expect with patch 4.1, because for weeks and weeks, while we have been saying that, we're going to start feeling the impact of less content, we've been hearing in our YouTube comment section and Twitter and a whole bunch of other places. No, that's not true. That it's gonna be awesome. And
Flip your god, you fucking moron.
And the thing is that we want to hear from those people because
I tell you what, a lot of those people I think have changed their tune. There has been visceral anger over this live letter.
Everywhere.
Unlike anything I've seen in a long time.
So, listen, we want to hear from you. If you want to vent about your current frustrations about the game, we will do our best to try not to say, we told you so.
We will. But here's the thing. Most people,
But we get at least one.
Yeah, we absolutely get one. But here's
One
the thing.
each?
Sure, one.
I mean,
one each. You get to burn your one throughout the show.
I mean, I kind of, yeah. Okay, fine. We get one each.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Do we want to waterfall it?
No, I'm not going to waste mine at
That's
the
a
same time as you.
That's such a
You
waste.
stupid piece of
It would
shit.
sound kind of cool, though.
It would sound cool.
The thing is,
You guys are terrible at waterfalls anyway. Fuck you
are.
guys.
you know what? He's kind of right. But the thing is that I mean, I was gonna say let's just have one big one and we can just
Do we want to do it that way?
do a song and dance number about we told you so. I mean, because we had written it, but I mean
we told you so.
I know. Listen,
Told you so.
I know. Stop.
It's
but
hard
the
not
thing is,
to,
I
man.
know
We
it's catchy.
rehearsed it a lot.
It's really catchy, and it's got a nice dance number to it too.
I thought the show tune in the middle was a little over the top, admittedly.
But I kind of think do it naked. For the last time, Juxton, no.
He asked all week.
Please do, since you were in the studio.
No.
Come on, don't be shitty.
You don't think we'd send you pictures, Nika?
Oh, God.
That if he danced naked, that for the next 10 years you wouldn't randomly get pictures
So,
in your email,
Angry Gamer-
in the mail,
Angry
in
Gamer-
text messages.
Angry
On
Gamer
AIM.
Aaron, oh my god, on AIM. Angry Gamer Aaron in the chat's point out, you guys could just say that right here and end the show right here. And yeah, kind of, everyone kind of probably has an idea of what our opinion's going to be on this, which is why we so badly want to hear from you guys this week. We want you to kind of direct the conversation, because maybe we're off base. Right. Maybe we're wrong. I don't think so.
No, you know what? We've been giving them that for so long. Maybe we're wrong. Call and let us know. No. Fuck you. We told you so. We're right.
That's yours.
Finally.
You burned it.
Yeah,
Fine.
Shit, he
there goes
did.
his.
He just burned
It was
his.
a good
off.
one.
All right, okay.
Did that feel good?
It did.
All right. We're looking forward to it.
All right, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. If you want to call in, let us know what you thought about Live Letter 39 and what you're thinking about patch 4.1. This is 3.1 all over again. I mean,
This
except
is worse than
I feel
3.1.
like 3.1 had more stuff.
Yeah, no, 3.1, once it did drop, we had something to do.
3.1 was kind of a broadside. We were whoa, that wasn't as good as we were hoping for.
That's true.
This one,
And
we've
it
been
took
sitting here
longer.
since pre-Stormblood going it's going to suck.
this is going to be bad.
And we all kind of knew, staring down the barrel of 4.1, we're going to know. Are we in for another Heaven's Ward?
I mean, the drop down in quality from
2.1?
No, just from 4.0 to 4.1 is going to be palpable. And I mean, we've already seen and got confirmed that things like Eureka are not even going to be talked about until 4.2, which means
Does not necessarily mean coming in 4.2.
No, because the translation was somewhere around 4.2. So I'm pretty sure in a previous show I said 4.25. I'm still sticking with that.
my guess with that terminology means 4.21. It'll be one of those little off stagger patches.
No.
that is
Actual content is definitely a 0.05.
Yeah,
that is staggering optimism from you, Escalia.
No, staggering optimism before 4.15, but
anyway. Line up your calls. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. Kookie is standing by to take your calls. We definitely want to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Because if it's just going to be us, this is going to be very grim.
It's going to be a long, dark show.
Oh, something
like
I
my
wanted,
dick.
Wanted to address too, which I should have mentioned last week, but some of you who got postcards should have got a second Senpai postcard. It showed up to Nika and she was super confused, but the first one had like a big black
I was like, I already
square on the back
Big
of
black
it.
dick? Why did you draw a big black dick on
It wasn't
Senpai?
me, it was Touch Note.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got in
What a
contact with
prank.
them and they
Touch note touched senpai.
yeah, and they sent out another one. So now you have the fucked up version and the right version.
It was still readable though. The black box one.
It
the
was.
lettering
It was,
in
yeah, it was
gray.
fine.
Really, we were just
So-
trying to get free
I
credits.
told Kahlo to like tell them and like try to get like free
Yeah,
credits.
that's what I did. And they said, we'll just send it back out for you again.
So here's what we want you to do with the doubles. We want you to leave that postcard in somebody's mailbox. Maybe you know them, maybe you don't, but don't give any context to it whatsoever because it's definitely a confusing image if you don't know what the fuck is going on.
But then they have your address.
they would have your address. They would
So
know
what, dedication?
They would know who it came from.
Figure it out. Figure it out.
Put a post-it note
It's a
on it.
it's a talking point. It's an icebreaker. Give it to someone that you have a crush on.
At least it's not the Skrull one.
Oh God, I wish
That
it
is
was a
true.
One.
That is true. Anyway, so make sure. Yeah, there it is. There's the
Skrull.
Skrull. Yeah,
Skrull
I
one.
keep that.
Classic.
I keep that one right next to the computer that Juxta uses, so that he can never forget it.
Wait till the Juxta one comes. Oh, he's gonna hate me so much. Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, really?
It's so bad. It's good.
From Melchiria?
Oh yeah. Oh, you are gonna be so upset. Oh, it's
What's
so
his
good.
theme?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, whoa.
Like she sent me the work in progress sketch, and I'm just like, wow, I'm gonna lose a friend over this.
This is great.
Great.
I mean,
like
mean
I'm
Melchiria,
actually considering how can I make mine like self-depreciating just to like sort of like take a little bit of the
It's
edge off of his.
self-deprecating. God damn it! Depreciating.
Hey, you know
Your
what?
value is depreciating.
He's getting used up. It's wasting away. You gotta account for that kind of stuff.
That-
10% every year. Accounting jokes. Hashtag.
Hey, Juxta, I have a question. As we eye cam around the studio, what happened to our studio redesign that was supposed to happen?
When? What?
I mean, like, yeah,
We're
'cause
back
it-
downstairs.
I know we're back.
talking about?
The upstairs is fucking awful.
That's not the studio.
Everything
upstairs.
except down in the basement is a fucking pile of garbage.
Right, he redesigned the studio.
Like
Yeah, you want the studio redesign. You don't want a house redesign. You said a studio redesign. I redesigned the fucking studio. That's what you get.
What? Why are you so?
You want to change? You change it.
You have double the amount of items that you can put in there. What happened? You shit the
know
bed
what?
on this one.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna add a whole bunch more bottles across the floor next to our freaking chairs. That's all we get. That's all we're gonna have. We're gonna have 100 fucking bottles down there.
God, you're the fucking laziest.
Look, you used to actually like
I will
take some.
end you.
You used to take pride in
I know.
this. What
Hey,
happened?
yeah, what
What
happened?
happened? I can't imagine what would make my efforts in playing this online game make it design good because it's a bad game.
Is
and
he having a stroke?
Yes, he is.
What happened there? Are you okay? Are you smelling burning toast right
I
now?
don't like the game. That's where
I
I'm
understand.
going.
That, you know,
okay,
like, we're
there.
all going through a thing with the game right now, but
Okay.
it doesn't mean that we can have a shitty studio in the meantime.
Yeah. Look, you're
The
doing.
studio is fine.
The iCam goes all around the goddamn house. Fix it and shut
you
up.
said redesign the studio,
I said
not redesign the iCam.
Redesign the whole fucking thing.
The
But again, technically, since the icon
From the
goes
ground
the whole
up.
house, the whole house is the studio.
No, it's not. Downstairs is the studio.
She's right.
Redesigning the house isn't for the game. This is for the people watching us.
exactly.
That's right.
And we care about our fans. Damn
Give
it.
me some fucking Gil then.
Okay, that's a completely different conversation.
Yeah.
Give me some
feel
Gil.
like-
I don't
to
have
redesign
Gil. I
this.
don't have Gil to fucking give you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm aware.
Anyway,
None of us do.
Yeah,
We're all poor.
because nobody plays this game anymore.
if you want
and
to
our house tax is going up.
if you want to join us at our shitty studios, you can join us at
okay.
the Goblet,
Then I guess just pout.
Fifth Ward, plot number 30. If you want to, I don't know why you would, because
I
the studio,
guess.
because this was designed with no care. There's not even
You
a
know, I
jizz
have
stage
little
in
care.
there.
No. Well, there's not a jizz stage, but we
Just-
do still have the cum closet.
Yeah, you can still go in the cum closet. That's true. He did not have the heart to get rid of
He
that.
moved it upstairs.
And
Gross.
I made D pillars.
What?
You need
pillars.
to you need to
There's
fix this shit.
balloons.
They
They
you need to
simulate
get
the
rid of
ball
all. No,
sacks.
you need to get rid of all.
There's
of that.
plants.
No.
That's the hair.
Stop.
They're just going straight up into the sky.
If
Like
that's
my
what it's
dick.
supposed to be. I did not see that as what. No.
Yeah, no one sees that because it's fucking insane. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Anyway, Nika, let people know about
Yes.
Extra Life.
Yes, Extra Life is back again. Extra Life, the 24-hour gaming marathon to raise money for children's cancer research, is happening again this year on November 4th. So, of course, Team Limit Break Radio is participating. The team has been set up. If you are ready to join the Limit Break Radio team and help us reach our goal of $3,000 for children's charities,
Who gives a shit about a baby?
No, who
God
gives
damn
a
it.
shit about your baby specifically?
Yep, Kooky with the link in the chat, extralife.org/team/Limit Radio. You join, you have your own personal goal as well as help reach towards our team goal.
That's right.
And last year I'd set up like a special channel on the Discord, and we're all just gonna like hang out and have fun, and it'll be awesome. And I'll most likely be streaming all 24 hours on this Twitch channel right here.
So, yeah, check it out. extra-life.org/team/Limit Break Radio. Sign up.
November 4th, mark your calendars.
November 4th. I know that there's going to be some members of our audience that are out at Youmacon.
Mm-hmm. Like us.
Like 3 people decided like we're going to go to Youmacon and not ask Limit Break Radio
Are
for
you guys
doing
going to be
anything.
there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now
Like real people?
Here's what it is. It's like, we'll be at Youmacon for your big Limit Break Radio spectacular that you guys are planning on holding. We already bought our
And
tickets and hotel rooms.
that's right. I hope
held for the past 2 years.
I hope your celebration of us is going to be awesome and that you've planned a whole lot because I know that we haven't.
LBR Fan Fest.
Yeah, make sure you bring extra money to buy us drinks to make it worth our time.
Goddamn right. And fucking Volt's expensive.
That's right.
And you guys are dumb.
No, it'll be fun to hang out with LBR
Always
fans.
good to see LBR fans.
So we've now been suckered into going to that.
We'll be there if Skuro attends.
Why?
Why is
Skuro fan-
Skuro? What?
Okay, Skuro's fan club will be there if Skuro attends.
Well, attends what?
You won't be there then.
Youmacon.
No!
Youmacon.
Skuro's not allowed to go to Youmacon.
Yeah, we don't like him.
Fuck that guy.
Ever.
Oh, I see the dick now.
I see it now. There it is. Now the trick will be unseeing it.
Motherfucker.
Don't be like this.
What the fuck?
God damn it, I can't.
What the fuck, ICAM? You betray me. Because there it is, clear as day. For some reason, I thought you were talking about the stupid fucking things upstairs. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be.
Oh, that's just the entrance.
And why? Why is that?
Wait,
You know
where's
what?
the dick? I don't
We're
see it.
clearly we are obsessing on this.
Could you at
It's
least set like
exciting.
all the cactuars up to be like a pathway to like make a barred-in pathway to the
But what am I
downstairs?
going to do with the balloons?
The balloons are just like a wall. Like I have to run
Yeah,
through them. It breaks my
Make-
immersion
make
every
it a
time.
path. Make it like it's lining the pathway downstairs.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I still don't
By
want
the
to
way-
Where's the dick?
Oh my god.
It's right there. There it is
There's
again.
2 of them.
There's 2 of them.
Nika,
It's very
Oh wait,
obvious
okay.
now.
I think it's like aimed at the floor,
She
so
think-
I can't really see it as much.
can we get a drop of just Cal going,
I'm a
oh,
girl,
I
I
see
like
the
dicks."
dick now.
That's probably a drop waiting.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure. Anyway, also patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. If you want to help content like this survive, I don't know why you would.
Who knows?
No idea what.
Well, you pay $13.95 a month every week or every month to Square-Enix. I mean, what we're doing is no worse than that. At least something comes out.
That's what she said.
Damn it!
Oh my. Did you really just damn it getting beat on a that's what
No,
she
'cause I
said
was-
joke? Really?
Because the funnier ones are the ones from Brooklyn Nine-Nine when he goes, "Up, name me your sex tape." I was gonna drop that one instead, but
Anyway,
This is the worst show ever.
it really is.
it was the best show ever.
Sloppy.
Yes.
Patreon.com, patreon.com/Limit Break Radio if you want to help the show survive. Conversely, if you give on Patreon right now, take your money away if you want us to go. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
straight up. If you want to
at-
start
at
donating
this-
with the hashtag cancel the show, if we get over a certain, like, I'll tell you what, if you guys pay off our next 6 months that we would get off Patreon, we'll end it. So that's it. We'll call
For
it.
6
We'll wrap
months,
it
and
up.
then we might inch back.
No, we'll end it right there. We're not taking 6 months off and then coming back.
yeah, no.
Absolutely not.
But more
no.
money.
Why?
There's no way.
And
There's
our
no way it
loving
would be better.
fans.
I was gonna say no. Actually,
Won't you miss our fans?
Absolutely.
I
but
would
we'll do
miss
a new
the shit
show
out of
for
our
'em.
fans.
I'll do Final Encounter cast for them.
Exactly. Yeah,
although
yeah,
we would probably be back just in time for 4.2.
Ooh. Now I'm sad.
Anyway.
Oh.
So yes, limitbreakradio.com, patreon.com/limitbreakradio. We honestly, we do rely on your funding to be able to keep this engine going. And we like doing this show. We like doing Final Encountercast. Checkpoint Radio is kind of its own thing, but it is an extension of what we do here. Apparently that's dog whistling for, we use money from this to pay for that. No, we don't. But it really has been a cool adventure, launching Checkpoint and seeing how far that has been able to go. I mean, syndicated in 31 different cities across the United States and Canada. We're starting to get some real traction on Checkpoint Radio, and it's great that so many people are starting to enjoy it. And that brings me to my next point, that we have started re-syndicating the episodes of the Checkpoint Radio podcast on Limit Break Radio and Final Encountercast feeds. I'm sure you've seen it show up. Download it, give it a listen if you like it. Make sure you check out the show at checkpointradio.com, and also we've got a brand new way for you to listen to the full shows.
Shit. Don't forget you are funding the best producer on the podcast.
Cookie Fan Club.
Yeah,
that's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
No, that's 100% true.
What is with all these fan clubs starting up?
I know, and none of them are for the direct people who are actually on the show.
I used to have one, but they don't like me anymore, apparently.
Yeah, you have, like, Anero has, like, death to an arrow club.
You have hate clubs.
That's right.
That's absolutely
fair.
There was a death to a Nero club?
I have
there's like
torch-wielding hate groups that have formed against.
Those are some very fine people.
Yeah, there's fine people on both sides of that
cheeky
argument.
Wearing hate groups. It's different.
So, Infinity Fox, we need to post about this on the subreddit and hashtag NLBR. If we can get the FFXIV subreddit to pay to end our show, I will consider everything LBR has ever been a success.
That would be kind of funny. Patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. We really do. We are appreciative of all of our donors' support. Mixcloud is the brand new way that you can listen to Checkpoint Radio on demand. We've gotten a lot of feedback about Checkpoint that it's difficult to listen to the full shows on demand through our website. So Mixcloud has an awesome app that you can feel free to use to listen. And we've got the full archive of all of the shows that we've ever done. That's available over at mixcloud.com/Checkpoint Radio. Follow and enjoy those shows. They'll be updated on Tuesdays along with the shows over at Checkpoint Radio. All right. Let's, I guess, check out what's going on in the news.
This is a Limit Breaking News Update.
With the second half of patch 4.1's live letter concluded, the official site has once again been updated. You can find information and screenshots pertaining to Rival Wings, the new PvP event, the Minstrel's Ballad, Shinru's Domain, Side Story Quest, Beast Tribe Quest, and my personal favorite, additional updates.
Updates.
Now, we will, of course, talk about more of this in our main discussion of the live letter just after the news.
That's right.
So here is a bizarre story out of Final Fantasy XIV's Korean servers.
Oh, good.
This is brought to us by Reddit. Thank you, Reddit.
We're going to hear about a rape tavern.
It's pretty close.
Oh.
So apparently on the Korean servers, harassment of female players by male players is a pretty rampant problem.
Oh, I was kidding.
A recent case was blown up to the point that several people were harassing a single player across various forms of social media. This went as far as engaging her in the game, arguing with her, and then doctoring the screenshots to omit all offenses but her own. Whoa. This has now led to GMs on the Korean servers to begin issuing bans, both temporary and permanent, to the accused offenders. But that's not the bizarre part. They have a public list. On the Korean official forums, the GMs have been posting and listing those banned along with the durations and the infractions after the investigation has concluded. And this apparently apparently because of this, the harassment has only gotten worse.
Wow.
Can't believe they did that.
That's an interesting choice.
I can't believe they did that either. That's a level of transparency.
It's gotten worse
used
against
to,
that one girl, or it's just gotten worse in general because now they're treating it as like a bragging list.
I think in general, yeah.
I think. Well, I mean,
who can have the worst infraction posted on the public list?
Just well, I mean, all this is obviously in Korean. It's been translated and then reshared and stuff like that. So I mean, take some of this with grains of salt and whatnot.
Right.
But basically, the people after they ban, they then go harder against the people they were harassing for getting them banned, I guess.
I mean, that makes. I mean, I guess like psychologically, I guess that makes sense if someone holds you to account on the shitty thing that you did.
Yeah.
If you're an asshole, the thing is to kind of double down on it.
Right. Not like we've never done that on this show.
You know what? You shut the fuck up with your stupid cunt opinions. But here's the thing, though, is that I think having a public list is. It's almost like the Korean GMs were trying to shame them, and I don't know that
apparently
really helps or applies here.
Like in Korea, public shaming is a really big thing there, is what Reddit's comments have told me.
Yeah, but it's 2017 and public shaming is shame doesn't exist anymore.
And especially because it's public shaming, but it's still anonymous. It's your fucking screen name on there as being banned, right? It's not like their actual information. So it's still anonymous, as public as it is. You're still on the internet. And
But
it's an anonymous shaming list.
there is actually a certain thing that comes from posting a name, right? Like if you're being a shitty person and they have a list, but you're not banned permanently, I get that because now your reputation is being tarnished, right? But if you've been outright banned from the game, what purpose does putting your name on a list even serve? You're gone.
I mean, at this point, I feel like there's an entire section of people that a ban doesn't even do anything, and trying to publicly shame them that just only really fuels
empowers them.
Yeah, it really does. It kind of gives them infamy.
Yeah, it gives them reasons to go even harder now.
It just quickly becomes a game of who can get the biggest infraction on there. Who's thinking this happened in League of Legends for a while when the one rioter was literally posting what got people banned because they'd go on and complain hey, I didn't deserve my 3-week ban or my lifetime ban, and he would literally just post in the chat logs right there this is what you said.
Well, yeah, that's similar to what some Overwatch devs and Jeff Kaplan have done before too. When people go and they're why am I banned from competitive? I didn't do anything, and he's 2,000 infractions.
So, I mean, what's the answer here? How do you actually handle this kind of shit?
Well, if you can answer that, you'll make a lot of money.
Yeah. I think the thing that surprised me the most, though, is that on the official forums, Square-Enix official GMs are posting this type of information. And normally, at least, on all the accounts that I've heard of people putting in, reports and stuff like that, they straight up tell you we can't divulge anything about our investigation or if any action was taken or anything like that.
That's what's so confusing about this. Square Enix is the most opaque company I know when it comes to things like this normally.
Yeah, that's true.
It may be a cultural thing. Rules.
Yeah, maybe. Just for us, they don't do it over here because in America we wouldn't accept that.
And I also think in America there's rules for ongoing investigations in general. So I think when they are applying their rules for a harassment charge on a video game, even though it's not going to send them to jail, I think you still can uphold the same type of etiquette. I don't think
I don't know.
Publicly shaming people in America would probably cause an uproar.
Yeah, probably.
I think it depends on who you're shaming, guys. Let's be honest.
To
be honest, trolls would just wear this as a badge of honor. To be frank,
totally.
It's not doing anything for shame.
Sure,
but there are so many people, even on the Facebook groups, they're I only said this one thing and I've been banned for 2 weeks. I don't get it.
Well, take for example that guy that ruined the in-game performance. What was that, last week or a week or two ago?
Yeah,
a couple of weekends ago. What was that of? What were they performing? They were doing an in-game performance of something.
Was that same group that did I Want to Be Your Canary? Or is it a different group?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it was the same group.
There was that group a year ago. They did the FF9 play, but in 14.
Yep, yes. I remember that.
Yeah, so I think they were doing a new performance.
Was it the FF6?
The opera. The opera? Maria and Draco.
Yeah, the opera.
So a troll showed up to that and started jumping around the stage. Yeah, Stage Reborn. And they started jumping around the stage, and I mean, they made a whole video for it, kind of fucked up the whole performance. And I mean, as long as we're talking about trolls, like that sparked a big debate among people whether or not that person should have been banned or removed or,
action taken against them.
Can you ban someone from a free company house?
No, you can't kick anyone from a house.
You can only close it off or open it up.
Right.
Exactly.
And if you close it off, they stay in there until they leave.
Yeah. Apparently, he did it again last night.
Jeez.
What?
Yeah.
Dedication.
So I'm sure now.
Wow, GM removed him from the plot afterwards.
Interesting.
Skylar
Afterwards.
14.
Interesting.
Yeah. See, because that kind of shit, again, it's worn as a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Because now everyone's talking about him.
Exactly. We're talking about him.
Yep.
And we're the most important thing in 14 right now.
You know what he's doing? I bet he's listening. Yes, he's listening to this. Listening to this show right now and just rubbing his fucking rock hard dick.
He's the same guy who called us on FEC to say the N-word.
Yeah.
Same kid.
God damn it.
Same troll.
He just rubbing his stupid hard dick.
So as you guys can
Nero,
see,
where's your hands?
Rubbing my stupid hard dick.
Ew.
So this troll can know when he listens to this. We're rubbing our hard dicks together. You're rubbing your dick together with a Nero.
Shit, yeah!
That only just made him harder.
Oh my god.
You know how like when you have a hair on your tongue and you're just like, can't get it off? It's kind of like that.
Threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one.
But I mean, I don't know. Like, does Square Enix have to respond to this kind of shit? I feel like as there are enough controls in the game where they've got to figure out a way to allow players to be able to eject specific people from their property.
That's something I'm surprised doesn't exist.
It's a normal thing in MMOs.
Yeah. Move someone off your private area.
Yeah, exactly. So that is, I think, got to be at least part of the problem. But I mean, do GMs need to respond to shit like that?
No, I think outside of like saying like, yeah, this is a feature we know you need, we're working on it.
Because I feel like GMs responding to shit like that makes it worse.
When you get a GM call, like the GM call would ideally go something like, "Hey, what's up? This guy's trolling my performance."
I wouldn't be surprised if like the next time there's like 3 or 4 trolls.
Yeah,
because now people know that it's a thing,
and they've gotten the rise,
and
out
they
of them.
pile on. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I feel like if a GM has nothing else to do, though, might as well.
Yeah, and then the next thing you know, your free company house becomes the rape tavern.
Jeez.
Oh no.
What you should do is just invite a GM to come see your performance, and then when the troll shows up, he just automatically ejects him.
Well, because correct me if I'm wrong, but back in FF11, the way you invite people into your Mog house was they had to be in your party, right?
Yep, they had to be in your party.
So all they have to do is introduce a feature where you close off your house, and then anyone in your party can come in.
Can I be honest though? The idea of sitting through a FF14 stage play as a GM makes me want to put a gun in my mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know that I would want to do that.
That's right. Well, it wasn't very funny at all.
To be fair, if I'm gonna sit through a stage production, I would like to be paid for it.
That would be like as a GM being like, show up to my wedding. No, there's literally nothing the fuck you can do to get me
or the GM should troll them.
Even as
like ban the lead from the play and then be like, I don't know what happened. Did they DC?
It's crazy.
His acting sucked. Get him off the stage.
Deletes all of the fucking everything in the house.
Oh my god.
Eject everything but the troll player.
Just starts putting big blobs of cum on the stage.
Where is FF14's GM Dave?
We need a GM. We miss you, man.
I know.
We really do.
GM Dave.
All right. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the fucking news.
It's been a slow news cycle in FF14.
What a shock.
Outside of Live Letter 39, of course.
Yeah.
Which is what we're going to be discussing
So
here
exciting.
today. Nika, stop it. Don't even.
You're not even excited. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't even believe you. I don't believe you.
You shouldn't believe
that is
me,
the
'cause
most unconvincing.
It was all sarcasm.
Anyway.
There was nothing true about that.
We do want to hear from you. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. If you'd like to call in, Kookie's standing by to take your calls. Make sure that she does some work this episode. Give us a call.
Guys, we do need to hear from you this week.
Because we know that Skirl's not doing any work because he's currently streaming right now. Streaming Cuphead.
or as official forums calls it, the emptiest patch yet. They obviously didn't play 3.1. No, again, 3.1 had more, I think.
It wasn't necessarily great, but I think it did have more content.
At least it had 2 dungeons.
It had Lords of Verminion.
Yeah, and I think just by the number of things being implemented at 3.1 and 4.1, 3.1 had more, for sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is more disappointing than 3.1. And that really can sum up everything.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of, yeah. I know.
Hey,
it's depressing.
Here's something that's interesting. So in our host chat, there was a time, guys, not so very long ago, when a patch note like this would come out, and there'd be visceral anger in that host chat, us being angry.
Yeah.
I didn't see anger this week, guys. I saw laughing. I saw, well, yeah, of course.
Because
I don't think you said anything about the patch.
There was a period of time where we post a trailer and get excited. That was a thing at one point.
No, there was a time. You're right. We got excited or we got angry over stupid stuff. Now it's just kind of like you guys were talking about it, and it was just
par for the course.
Yeah. I expected this.
We're becoming numb to it.
Yeah, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect it to be half the length of all the other ones, though.
Is it really? Because I feel like 5 minutes for a patch trailer isn't
every
bad.
patch trailer has been 8 minutes.
Well, let's take a look at that
4.5
minute trailer right now.
Here we go.
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 Waterfall.
There we go. You guys finally get it. I had to call you out on the fucking waterfall shit.
A personal
Good job.
summons from the Scions. This must be important.
He's back.
Yeah.
Didn't one of our theories involve the Syndicate's involvement?
Anything so underhand as an assassination. I fear I can be of little help.
I do love this voice actor element.
He is a good,
he's great.
He is a good smarmy douche.
Yeah, right? He's so good.
The MSQ stuff they put in this trailer, I mean, it intrigues me, so at least that part of it I think is fun.
Yeah, exactly. But again, we'll do that in one day, and then we'll be done with the content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Beastman Tribe stuff I kind
brothers
of
and
get into
sisters
for a
of
while.
Alamigo. Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner
When I was
of nation.
first watching this, because in a minute it shows what I assumed to be a flashback of Raubon, before like it immediately clicked it was a flashback, I'm like, he's got an arm?
Echo, you idiots.
Well, which is a fucking flashback.
Ooh, Chimera.
What was that creepy picture on the wall behind us?
We'll go back. We'll kind of go back and do a scene by scene breakdown.
We'll do a scene after we watch it all.
Wasting your time.
Oh, look who's back.
All of this is pointless.
Stoning.
I love it.
Keep me alive, and you know
I want
Hold
them
up.
to be throwing their poop at her.
Yeah, instead of shaming someone on the Korean forum, they should stone them. That's the penalty.
Poop them.
Oh, this part you're talking about?
Yeah.
Is this truly what you want, Father?
Yeah, this is when he won. When he won in the when he became who he is.
When he became the
Right.
And I speak for the resistance.
Can I just say Hexed is a terrible name for a monk?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, that is a tiny platform.
That is the ultimate.
I know, it's a tiny platform you're playing on.
Future of Alamigo.
So they just took all of the coolest animations from the fucking coil and put them into one
It
fight.
looks like they took all the last bosses and
Yeah.
made them into a gauntlet style.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Come then. Who will be next to die on my steel?
Raubon is still pretty cool.
Raubon is Raubon.
Man, I don't.
This is Rival Wings.
Yeah, I can see that.
We don't get enough of it.
No.
Like, these trailers used to have like dungeon things where you'd like go from.
There's
like,
only one dungeon.
Dungeon walk.
Well, I'm pretty sure all they did was just cut down the amount of footage they show us. Like, I remember used to watching these, like, when there'd be some housing update. Like, I don't give a fuck about all
Yeah,
this
they go through like
so much of
that's
it.
true.
There's Nashu.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually interested in that Lalafell that's coming in Hildebrand, because he's been following them since 2.0.
Coming.
What was that
Lalafell.
crystal?
I think so. I do have to say,
Is this song remixed, or is this just straight from Tactics? 'Cause I think it's just straight.
I'm not sure because
I can't hear you because you keep. I can't hear it because you keep talking. Dick.
Me?
Yes.
Oh.
They definitely sweetened it.
I
it's
would assume they
remixed a little
re-recorded
bit.
it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's remixed, but.
Why do they have to call it the Prima Vista? Fuck that.
Yeah, wow, straight out of FF9.
Well, because it's one of those things that they do the Easter eggs. I think that kind of callbacks to other FFs are fine. They do that in lots of FFs. You name things from other FFs. It's cute. Like, I'm totally okay with that.
Morgan Freeman saying this is not the Ivalice I wanted.
The legend returns.
I hope the legend is something other than Rabon.
I was going to say, because this is something that actually really pissed me off about it, is that the backdrop is for Ivalice, but then the legend returns is probably talking about the MSQ.
Yeah. That is very confusing.
That's super disconcerting.
I will give you that. All right, let's go through and give this a bit of a finer breakdown. We'll do it without the audio so that I don't have to do an ass load of editing afterwards. So I think we start off here with the MSQ and what is it? That's Lolorito, right?
Or was he the one that died?
We always get it wrong every time.
Whatever. Syndicate guy.
Whatever his name is.
One who didn't get bisected.
I really...
Cleft in twain.
I think that if they like the voice actor's good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But if they had gotten Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, because I mean he's not doing a whole lot.
Very smarmy.
I would have been almost even better
Because he's dead.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
Good
that
times.
other Lalafell is Nanamo, right?
I had that thought for a second.
Yeah, no, look at her face. Look at her smile. That's what Nanamo's smile looks like, and she's blonde. That's totally
Hang on. We'll go. Wait, you're talking about the one with the face covering?
Yeah.
The one Lolorito's talking to.
What purpose does it serve? Like, is she hiding?
Why would she be hiding from Lolorito? Who knows who that is? I feel like that might be...
I mean, everyone in the chat seems to think that it's Nanamo.
Oh, I guess...
I mean, when I saw it, I thought that, but under what context? Like, I guess if she's traveling... No, under what context would she need to hide herself at all?
They do literally linger on that shot for quite a while.
It's definitely her, though. You can tell her smile. That's what Nanamo's face looks like.
Or it could just be a new character.
Yeah. Carletta's saying
In fact, actually, most of the syndicates are Lalafell, and they've lost some members recently, so it could just be some type of replacement.
Or she's just pretending.
Yeah, Carletta's saying she's being incognito. I think that's probably...
Yeah, she's trying to learn what Lolorito's up to by pretending to be someone who's on his side.
Maybe, but that's... I mean, she's going way the fuck out of her way, all the way to Alamigo, if that's what she's doing.
Well, but she's helping Raubon because Raubon's probably making decisions, and she's like, "I love you, I'll help you."
I mean, I guess
it was kind of weird doing a whole all of 4.0 without seeing Nanamo while we're seeing Raubon the whole time.
That is true. I will give you that. I will give you that. All right, so that's a good working theory.
Is that not the outfit she uses like at the start of the game if you are Wildan?
Both Nihilus and Kugir are saying at the beginning she goes incognito when you're when she's
Is that right? Okay,
I don't. One of the earliest quests is you going to retrieve her after she's run out of the palace.
That's right. Yeah.
It's ringing a little bit of a bell, but it's been so long that I don't remember that specifically. But I believe you, I guess. All right, so we're seeing a little bit of a dungeon here. Looks like.
Yeah, looks like it.
That looks like some kind of horse enemy.
You know, that last scene with the horse enemy there, that had a very Ordell's Caves feel to it.
Yeah. All right. So this is actually the screenshot that I kind of wanted to hold on. Nika had asked this the first time through the trailer, but this specific painting, this portrait right here, with the I don't know, is he Super Saiyan level 5? Like, what is that?
It looks like an evil witch lady to me.
Yeah, what is that thing?
It looks like David Bowie. That's what it looks like.
Remind me, this dungeon
is not
is
quite
called...
male, not quite female.
What's the dungeon called again?
Right?
It's the sunken city of Scala. It's Escalia.
It's me with Seymour hair? What is this?
It's androgynous. It's got terribly colored hair. It is the drowned city of Escalia.
Well, I tried to tell you weeks ago, and you wouldn't listen to me.
Congratulations. They put in the best picture of you that they could possibly find.
They did miss the tail, which is odd, but yeah. No, I'm fine with that. I mean, I told Matt Hilton, let him know, next time, just use my name. You don't have to try and change it. I'm not going to get mad and sue. What am I going to do? Just use my name.
I mean, it's an incredible likeness of you.
I think so.
God, that hair is terrible.
It's weird.
It's
so in the lore, Scala was what? Let's refresh here.
I don't know that they've explained.
I'm pretty sure if you Control F the word Scala, you won't find any instances in 14.
From the super, whatever that is, snuffed titties of Escalia. That's what we're calling it.
Snuffed titties of Escalia.
That'll work.
All right.
That'll be it.
That's fair.
It's always glue a butt plug to the painting, Callie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lloyd. Appreciate it.
Be prepared to learn absolutely nothing about that portrait whatsoever.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely. There will be one bit of a line of flavor text from an NPCs you run past.
Maybe.
That's what it'll
generous.
be.
I do kind of like this chimera thing.
It's pretty cool.
That trumps down. I mean, is that a new character model that looks a little bit newer?
It's like a hybrid of the FF11 Chimera and Manticore model.
I was gonna say,
because it's standing on 2 feet and then it goes down to like Behemoth almost.
Right.
It's horns. Those are Nidhogg horns, aren't they?
They do look like Nidhogg horns. That looks
plus all the glowy shit.
Yeah.
This has got to be like a different version of Chimera. Like they've melded bigger, scarier shit together.
It's just a Behemoth.
No, it's not just a
it's
behemoth.
more than that.
Yeah,
it's definitely a lot more.
There are wings back there.
Sorry, I'm looking up the
Behemoth
FF11 Chimera because I swear that's what the face of it looked like.
I mean, here we get a kind of better shot of its body, and it's definitely on 2 legs.
Mm-hmm.
There are definitely glowy wings back there.
Yeah.
I see claws. It's definitely not a behemoth.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind.
It's for sure not a behemoth.
Yeah.
The face is a little different, but the FF11 Chimera is not. There's a lot of similarities, kind of behemoth-esque with the wings on the back and the mane.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's just got a couple extra horns.
A little bit, yeah. It's similar, and it's got 2 different stances. It's got a fully upright stance, but it's also got
it's got behemoth stance and Manticore stance.
Yeah.
Huh.
That is definitely Manticore stance where you've got the front arms.
Absolutely. And Ray Von Strato saying updated version of Kieran from 11. Kinda.
A little bit.
There's similarities there for sure.
A little bit. They did a nice job animating this.
They did.
Very cool. So let's see. What's the next part? Oh yeah.
Next is the BDSM dungeon with
I think it's weird how they scale up Lisa's body and then they stop like she's some mysterious evil.
Yeah, we know who that is. Square Enix.
Seriously,
it's Yida.
It's Yida. I'm really disappointed that they're not keeping her in a Magneto style super chamber.
Right? I think they would need to.
Well, but
she has the glowy eyes.
to block
anime eyes.
To block her Aether fake echo.
She has the fake echo. Yeah.
Yeah. If she's just magically lost it now because the war's over, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
There's no way. She's been fucked
Maybe
up and
she has to
experimented on.
Recharge it every so often.
Or
didn't we bind it with that thing that we had?
No, because if you remember, we had used that multiple times, so that's a very brief thing.
Yeah, that's why I said she needed the Magneto cell.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically Urianger could Deus Ex Machina a bigger, more permanent one together, but that would be stupid.
No, we don't have Moon Burrito. Only she could do
bullshit.
That. Who?
And here we get the poo flinging scene.
Yes, fling your poo.
I really want this to be
euphemism for because the person on the ground is Square-Enix and everyone flinging poo is the community.
Oh my god, someone make that meme.
Why?
It should be no. Square Enix should be the person shielding patch 4.1, and we're all in the player base.
Somebody do it right now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god. Yes. Please, someone make this right now.
Fordola being covered by her dad.
Make that right. If whoever makes that, please send it to Kooky, and we're gonna send it out on social media.
That's so
and
good.
We'll take credit.
Holy shit!
We'll take credit.
We'll take credit.
We
will give you credit. We will give you credit. Make sure to include your Twitter name too. That is. Oh my god, that is so fucking funny.
Brilliant.
That's almost the perfect freeze frame for
it. Really
too,
is.
Right there.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see that much compelling going on with Fordola's backstory. Sorry.
Yeah, they're just trying to give her this big tragic backstory when we already know,
doesn't
she chose the wrong path and she's living with it. I don't.
So this Raubon fight scene, obviously we're not seeing a lot of it, right? But I bet that we don't see much more than that.
No, this is all we get.
Yeah. Now this
This is a gladiator scene.
I would expect this to be so action-packed, but lately, don't these quote-unquote action scenes seem a lot more like sluggish and just really basic? I mean, look. Spin slash, walk up, block,
punt away. And I win.
Yeah, it's definitely a flashback. This is a scene to when he wins the gladiator tournament on his own. When he comes from Almegro and takes over. But like people in the chat are like, seems like a flashback. Yeah, it definitely is a flashback.
Well, but if this is made him a legend and like that's all we're gonna end up seeing, like this would have been a great opportunity for Square Enix to really push the boundaries of the type of fight scenes and like fight choreography and action that they've done before. Do you not remember?
Hang on. You look like a really big tool right now because as Yoshiyuki is pointing out in the chat, that scene is a direct transplant from a cutscene in 1.0.
Really?
Are you sure?
I wasn't sure enough to say it, but two people have said it in the chat. A couple of people have said it in the chat, and I'm pretty sure I've seen that before, and I am pretty sure that that's from 1.0.
It's called There Might Be Blood. Oh,
so do we think that that's cool or lazy?
I mean, they've done it before. They've done it before. It could, depending on the way that they present it, it could be either. Because it could be cool or it could be lazy. We just don't know.
So you're saying we nothing it?
I mean, we have to. I mean, context.
All right. Well, then I'll give them this. The fact that they would go back and like pull something like that is kind of neat, right? But again, like as a player, if we get to see where or how he became a legend, like that would have been a great opportunity for them to just do what I said.
I mean, it depends. Like it depends on how much they rewind the clock. If they show us what preceded that, and then that like they contextualize that scene from 1.0 a little bit better, that's a good thing, I think.
Do you trust them to do that?
I mean, they have not done a terribly good job of it in the past. Yeah. I mean, if you take the horn as an example, that was very much shoehorned.
I don't get it.
That's all you get.
It was very much shoehorned.
Do you want me to do the cricket's job? Is that what you're waiting for? There you go.
It was shoehorned.
What the fuck?
All right. Okay, all right.
Cool.
Okay, fuck off. Jesus.
Oh, you're playing? I didn't know you were playing.
We're playing the video again. There's never going to be any goddamn audio with it. Okay, now, here's a cool thing. I don't know if you guys noticed this moment, but as Shinryu lands on the platform, because we had noticed that, when we fought him the first time, he was like half on the platform, half not. And I think that this is going to be a mechanic that makes you play with space a little bit more.
Yeah.
But as he lands, watch the character models because they get shot up in the air. Boink.
They get thrown.
They get thrown back and almost off the platform. They get off the platform.
Off the platform.
Yeah.
Hopefully to a different platform.
Do we get to float?
No. I don't know. What do you guys think that mechanic is going to be? Is that a legit knockoff mechanic?
It's got to be like a mechanic where you get knocked off. There's a platform behind you, so you have to be positioned properly to get knocked off onto the next platform.
Yeah, maybe.
That's possible since it's an X mode, or it's going to be another one of those stupid like active time events. Press X to land on platform.
No,
X, like in fucking A3 or A
like in Shinryu
11, whatever that one was, the forward and back one.
Play it one more time because here we go. We got Shinryu coming down, and you're getting thrown back. It looks like off the platform.
That doesn't look like a thing that you can like avoid, though.
Oh, they're saying maybe it's in Rage.
Well, no, but I mean, if they have all of the character models positioned right at the edge of the platform, and they know that that's how they're going to set the shot up for that shot, that makes sense.
It looks like that's the beginning of the battle, though, doesn't it? Like the way that he comes like flying up and like landing
that's a phase transition.
No way, that is definitely a phase change. Yeah. Because I'm sure that he's not going to start full on the platform.
Oh right, yeah, yeah.
So that's probably him landing on the platform. The question is there another one behind them or not? Are they trying to land on something, or was this just kind of assembled for this specific shot?
A bunch of bads.
I don't know. But here we saw him off the platform. Now we see him back on the platform. What was going on?
That was like a really What if we get thrown off the platform, he takes off and we land on his back and there's fighting that we do on him?
Oh, also,
that does kind of look like it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're
actually breaks the platform when he lands. It's actually round, and when he lands, it turns into a square.
Huh.
I don't know if you guys noticed that.
No, I did notice that.
So we get to fight on both a square and a round platform.
Ooh, Square-Enix. And we thought they had no new mechanics left.
Oh yeah, and they're definitely running on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, look.
All right, hang on. All right, so we've got him half on the platform, and then this next scene, you're literally running over top of him.
Dodging lasers and shit.
Let me guess, Nika. First time that FF has done anything like this, original content for MMOs, right?
I don't know.
You're right. You don't know.
What?
The first truthful thing Nika's ever said.
Yeah.
You have to run on the Hydra's back in Kingdom Hearts.
World of Warcraft.
Warcraft did this,
Stop
Nika.
it.
Get on the Hydra's back. Over and over and over.
She doesn't even do it right.
Nika.
Get on the Hydra's back.
Well, what was it? What does he say?
Get on the Hydra's
See?
back.
That's how he says it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Get on the Hydra's back.
You didn't say it right.
You have to say it like you're the
Get
Return
on
the
the
Slab guy
Hydra's
from
back.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Get on the Hydra's
Oh,
back.
it's Phil from
That
Hercules.
used to be our code word for sexually assaulting Arjitlam.
Get on the Hydra's
Really?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of us would say that, and then we
We
just
just start
we
humping
would
the
start
shit out of him.
He hated it so much.
You hear that he went to fucking Japan.
He hated it so much that he left the fucking country.
Oh, that was not nice.
Being your roommate must be the worst thing ever.
It was so great.
Yeah.
So happy.
I'm trying to process that. Get on the Hydra's back. All
You're
right.
getting on their back,
I get it.
and then you just start humping furiously.
I get it. I get it.
Why do
Why do
boys
you have to
do these
process
things?
that?
I don't understand boys.
Because we don't want to hump sensually.
Sensually?
Sensually.
I'm a girl, I like dicks. Thank you.
What the fuck was that? Sensually.
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 Yeah. Nika said it right. What are you saying?
Is there a CH in it?
No.
No, it's
It's not
it's one of
sensually.
those words. Sensual.
Yeah.
You kind of put an SH in there.
Yeah.
Sensually.
Now it sounds like it sounds like you're saying patchouli. Now, like that's like that,
Sensually.
like there's an ass fuck smell in terms of like incense that you can buy.
You mean
It'd be
like a
called
punchki?
sensually.
Like a punchki?
It'd be called sensually.
So, by the way, my brother has started burning incense in the basement, and it's the worst fucking thing ever. And I blame it on him smoking weed now, because everyone who smokes weed also burns incense.
That is true. I stopped burning incense a long time ago.
You know
because
what?
I'm
I
like,
feel like you're
And
more
then
honest.
your incense burning thing is still here with like a whole bunch of dirt and shit.
I mean, I'm not saying that I never do it, because like every once
You just said you stopped burning incense.
every once in a while, if somebody's coming over that I don't want to smell it, I will try to cover it up with incense. But that's
No one's fooled, because the only people who burn incense are people who smoke pot
and yoga hippies.
and yoga
Who probably
hippies.
smoke pot.
Who smoke pot.
Okay, all right, fine. Get me there. All right. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be running across the back. Who knows if that's
Oh yeah,
gonna be fun.
this trailer.
And then there's wait, what was that thing standing in the crowd? What is this thing?
Whoa,
What is that?
What is that?
What is
that?
that?
Big Bird?
What the fuck
No,
is
that's
that thing?
That's a Vanu. It's a little Vanu.
Why would
Vanu?
Vanu be an Alamigo?
This is the Beastman tribe. See, there's the.
They're saying Kikrin
do you
in
hear
the
what she's?
chat.
Okay, you're Oh.
Is it one of the? Is it
What?
Is it a Kikrin? I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here, chat.
There's feathers on that asshole.
Well, it's probably wearing it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
probably
it
a
could be
headdress that it's
wearing it.
Right. Is
Oh,
there? Hang on. I mean, because we've also got the other Beastman tribe over
Yanada.
there. Yeah. Is there?
What
think it would
Lisa's
be-
saying is you guys have all come to our land to help, blah, blah, blah. So she's bringing all of them together. So it makes sense that they're there.
But I mean, like, is there?
Kikrin?
Is there another character that wears that, like a Kikrin that wears that shit? I've never seen that
Yeah,
before.
me
Someone
either.
said there was one you did a quest for. Red Mage quest. I don't remember.
It's a Yagudo.
Somebody, Laro Felix in the chat saying that there's a fate. Well, I wonder why. I've never fucking done it. I stopped doing fates in A Realm Reborn.
Skylar says you see it next to Raubon later on in a later shot.
Really?
Yeah.
How did we miss this?
All right.
Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, we'll look for it.
I mean, I just caught it on our little, rewatch.
I think you're
here,
lying
so.
to us.
I like Lloyd thinking it's a Yagudo.
All right, so here we go. Here we got
You just want to play a level.
Ultimate Bahamut.
Kinda.
the ultimate coil thing.
Yeah, it's just the final bosses. You get Twintania, Nail, and Bahamut.
Just call it
Those are the ones
Divine
that
Might.
shows.
That's what it is.
I mean, this really.
It's nothing like Divine Might.
No? It's not the
Right?
same concept?
You fight the archangels in Divine Might,
More like
right?
Apocalypse Nigh, fair.
What?
Yeah, it is. more
Okay,
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one with like the two dumbasses.
Well, you do fight them both in it, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Does Nika? Do you think that this looks fun? Are you looking forward to this?
I mean, it could be.
You would be
Nika's
the only one of us that would do this.
Nika is nowhere near doing this. All right, let's
nowhere
be
near.
honest.
We're on A4.
Are you?
04. We just
Do you
beat
have-
O3 last. We beat O3 last night.
Do you have item level 340?
337 or
You're
something?
nowhere near this.
Wait, you can't be 340 until you have every piece of 340. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Do you have to be 340 to enter this?
Yes. You must have item level 340 to
Oh,
enter.
I thought it was people that had just cleared O4.
Don't forget.
enter.
Hey, don't forget. We're probably going to be getting upgrade pieces out of the new raid thing.
No, there's no item level upgrade.
There's no increase.
Nope. Those are dead on arrival for raiders.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a way to upgrade anything out of the new raid.
They
the
said
Ivalice raid?
4.1 will not include an item level upgrade.
Of
Well,
course it
no,
doesn't.
it's not an
only
item
like a-
level upgrade, but it's for the people.
Like upgrading your tombstone.
Yeah,
gear?
Your tome gear, that will be there, I'm sure.
A
They're
weekly
saying
item out of that. That's
If
usually.
you go in as a full party, you don't need a 340 just for queuing. That makes sense.
Well, yeah, well, that's how it always is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So who's gonna queue up for this not with your static? Like queuing up for this in the raid finder would be suicide. I
That
feel
would be the worst thing ever. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because you'll never get actually into the game.
Okay, if you're done being needlessly patronizing Juxta,
Okay.
Nika, are you excited for this?
Kind of, yeah. I think because those are they were the three most fun fights probably out of all of Coil, in my opinion, too. And I think that if they do it right, I just can't decide. Like if it's gonna be like a gauntlet style, I like the gauntlet style ones where there's like waves of mobs. Like the two was like there's a Coil and an Alexander one that were just waves that were really fun. But this is 3 bosses,
Right.
so I don't know if they're gonna have like
I
other
think that
waves of mobs in between, or if or you're just all 3 of them are out on the field at once and you have to figure out what to do
No,
with
no.
them.
Each
Wasn't
one
that
is a
how-
different phase.
I think phase changes will now, instead of, like you'll be switching bosses, or like, there will be a unique phase change that includes like a double move between 2 of them, stuff like that. Like
That would be really cool. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like here, you should be at least semi-familiar with these mechanics from the first time you did them. And then here's a little bit of a twist, right? So like twisters with
dive bombs.
Yeah.
meteors.
Well, no, twisters with dive bombs was a thing that happened.
Oh, same boss, yeah, right.
Yeah, twisters with meteors. There you go.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. That is like that kind of thing would be, I think, very interesting.
Yeah, ramp it up and do 2 mechanics
Twisters
now.
with meteors with Bahamut Ak mourning you.
Yes.
Ow.
Right. Do you guys think that it's going to be the relative strength of all 3 of those when we fawn? Like, how much are they going to tune them up?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, a good bit, I'd imagine.
I mean, it's going to be harder than 04.
Well, right, yeah, but I mean,
lot.
like, I mean, I don't know.
And I'd hope there'd be like new mechanics too, not just combined mechanics.
You're asking, will the difficulty be in that you have to do back to back to back, or will the difficulty be like each of them are crazy hard by themselves?
No, I mean, I think it's going to end up coming together. It's going to feel like one fight. It's going to feel like a single
agree.
fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to feel like a gauntlet style fight.
It's not going to be like the robots where like one drops
Right.
down. Now you can wait to engage the next one.
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
it's
think
not
they'll
gonna be
drop
that.
down like sort of one after another, but there will be no breaks. If you fuck
Right.
up, you start from the beginning.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be, you know what?
It'll be like
out of
pushing a phase, yeah.
out of anything else, I think it's going to be a well animated fight.
Oh, yeah. It'll look nice.
It'll look pretty.
Square Enix seems to think it'll take Raiders, the best Raiders, 3 days to beat it.
3 days.
Instead of 1 day to beat all
Instead of
4
one
like
day
before.
for the entire raid tier.
So you
that's
said like the world first will take 3 days to do? Is
That's what
they're
they
saying?
think. Yeah.
Interesting.
That'd be
Remember, Square
interesting.
Enix did predict that World First Raiders would beat the entire raid tier in 1 day.
Yep,
so.
they did call it.
Okay. All right. Here we go. I think we get a little bit more MSQ stuff here.
Certainly looks that way.
Yeah.
Oh, right there behind the sword was that weird thing.
Oh yeah, there it is. It
Shit.
the sword kind of strategically blocks out what its face is.
I know. Damn it.
His
Look at his
hands
feet
are
though.
defined.
I'm gonna take it from the beginning of the scene.
Can you play it in slow motion?
Oh, wait, I gotta pause. It's definitely Kikrin with a like hooded feather thing.
That's so dumb. That's a new character then.
I got a pause screen. It's
Okay,
definitely
okay.
It's got to be a new character though.
Well, it is.
I can't remember how to put it into slow mo because I'm stupid.
The cog.
Oh, yeah.
Kikrin.
I got it.
Yeah, there he is. I'll say.
Yeah, that's definitely Kikrin.
It's not someone we've met, so new character, definitely. 100%.
Yeah. I wonder, I mean...
Wait, and who's that? Like, who are all the people that are behind him anyway, though? Like, that tall person? Like, these are all new characters, aren't they?
The one with the striped, like, socks and stuff?
Who's
like
got the fuck legs?
The straps that are around her legs.
Who's got the fuck legs?
I'm gonna fuck her.
That's what you guys were asking. I don't know. I don't know who that person is.
That's what I was
Just the player character.
But, like, that Mikote next to her is, like, hunched over like she's scared. Like, I don't think these are characters we know at all.
Maybe not. All right, here's our first preview of what do you call it?
Rival Wings.
Rival Wings.
Which takes place outside the Dravanian hinterlands.
And we get little like fucking Alexander mobs to control.
Why?
And little minion things.
Like, why do we have the Arc Chaser and the other, like, Brute Justice? Why?
Yeah, lore-wise, why are those here?
Right,
No,
why?
that's A1, whatever those things are.
Yeah, Oppressor, yeah.
Oppressor.
Yeah.
I was going to say Purgatator, but I know that's wrong, so I didn't say that.
Yeah, you're
because now that we've beat Alexander, we've co-opted their technology for our own.
And spray painted
Oh, yeah, that's
them?
the forward and back guy, too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That's
It's
taking Alexander.
Arc Chaser.
Yep.
I went back a little bit far, but yeah. Here we go. So yeah, we've got a blue side and a red side. A lot of times they'll show off some new armor design, although I'm not
What
seeing
I wanna
anything
know is,
that's
like,
very attractive.
PvP in the past has at least somewhat found its place to fit into the lore somewhere. Where in the fuck would the lore be of now we are copycatting shit from Alexander that's been sealed away in a dome forever, and now we are all have just his robots?
Well, that makes sense.
We don't have a
Sealed
Nika
away forever. Now it's out.
Nika, we're just phoning it in at this point.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm actually excited about this because this is like the first like legitimate new content, like new gameplay, new battle
new
system.
ideas, yeah.
Okay,
And I feel like
that's fair.
Why would they waste this on PvP? Like, shouldn't they like prove it in like a PvE context first and then bring it to PvP? Right?
Yeah. No,
Am I wrong here?
No, I agree with you. I think doing it in PvE would make sense first. Because if you do it in PvP and then try to adapt it for PvE, people are going to get real mad about it.
I mean, Huvak in the chat bringing up a good point. We gave up a second dungeon for this.
Yep,
I mean,
sure
no. You know
No.
what? No, I'm happy about this because giving up a second dungeon for like gameplay that's objectively unique. Yeah, I'll give up for this, but Kahlo?
We did not give up a new dungeon for this. If you remember, Yoshi P said that he wanted the new PvP to be at launch for Stormblood, but the dev team was working so hard and they just couldn't get it out. So no, Eureka was pushed back so that they could have Rival Wings here. Because we should have had Eureka in 4.1. And we should have had this at launch.
We literally get 3 shots of it. We get the 2 sides of almost identical looking goblin technology, and then we get this. We get a fucking steampunk globe item thing.
That's like a tower and we have to blow it up.
Yeah.
That's basically it. I mean, granted, the fact that it is basically a MOBA in Final Fantasy XIV, like that aside, again, this is something like a new spin on the mechanics and the gameplay of Final Fantasy XIV, which that by itself has me actually excited and hopeful, which is why it's coming in 3.15 or 4.15.
Yeah, this is the first time that they've actually taken content and sort of evolved it beyond just running around hitting giant crystals.
Yeah.
It's a fair point.
I mean,
I still wish it wasn't PvP.
Yeah.
I am wondering where in the hinterlands this takes place, because that's a fairly like that dome, that structure right there is in pretty good shape.
Yeah, it's near Idleshire.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can tell that just by the architecture. Yeah, but I mean, like every other structure that you come across in the hinterlands is pretty well destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
not every single one.
It's kind of the eastern side where you go into the first time where a lot of the structures are still relatively intact, isn't it? On the western side, it seems like it's a bit more.
I mean, the thing is yeah, like it's different levels, but this seems like that's a functioning building still. It's in that good a shape.
It could just
Unless
be part
the other side is destroyed.
It could just be part of the hinterlands that we can't go to in the actual game because the hinterlands are so big you can't really conceptualize it in the game. Like, whatever. All right, fine.
But like, isn't that a cop out? Like, I mean, I'm so
in a game full of cop outs. This is the most or the least egregious one.
Fair, but I mean, like, you guys know me, where I'm like, I really love to know where the positioning is and the geography of things, and this just it does seem like a fucking cop out to do that.
I got it. In order for this to fit in with the rest of the way that this expansion has been designed, because Nika's like, it doesn't make sense. We would have all these machines, they would be painted up, and you're like, look at these buildings. Maybe all of this is in our players' heads as they sit down for a nice game of Dragons and Goblins.
Shut up.
Jesus.
Dragons and Goblins?
Shut up.
Maybe we all actually died in the calamity, and this is our imagination before we die.
Living on in the ether.
Yeah, exactly.
The Warrior of Light is dead.
There you go.
Theory confirmed.
From impaled by an icicle.
All right, here we go. We're getting our first look at the Hildebrand stuff.
But only Nashu, not Hildebrand.
No, this is Shirogane.
Well, yeah, this is here's the house and stuff.
Then
like that Taru or
it moves fairly quickly into
They're performing.
So let's talk. Let's take a second to talk about perform.
Let's take a second and talk about perform here. Okay.
Because the thing is we'll get to the finer points of the live letter, but as long as it's being shown off in the trailer, we might as well talk.
Sure. For porm, second take, long broken lag.
Yeah, that seems to be what.
Basically, what Square-Enix is saying is because perform registers each note as a separate hotkey, that because of lag, people on the other side, aka people watching you or performing with you, will receive those notes sometimes in different order.
Because of lag.
Because of lag. Yup.
No.
Yep. Making the feature entirely pointless.
Yeah, so basically use it for yourself, but only to make Final Fantasy music.
Congratulations. That shitty feature that doesn't work is getting pushed off to 4.15.
You made Mario Paint.
A shittier version of it.
And it sucks too because I like perform as a concept. Like, I really like that they're putting that in the game. I wanted that for Bard and FF11. I thought that'd have been a cool idea then.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're getting it now, but like, it has to work.
Yeah. I really wanted the
I would think is it functional would be like requirement 1 in their design process. Well, yeah.
And if it doesn't work, then just scrap it at like the design concept. Don't even tell us about it.
Yoshi, so we're working on a new perform feature that'll let bards like play and make music in the game. Oh, that's cool. Does it work? Well, no. And then maybe the conversation just ends right there.
That's absolutely where it ends.
Yeah, like, well, no. So
no, but it's there to show that we're listening to something.
Are they?
That's why they're putting it in, regardless of how well
according to someone in the chat room, they're saying that they're delaying it to be able to fix the problem. We'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well,
you have far more. You have far more.
Why do we not have a "Oh Honey" drop in here?
I know. Right?
I'll give you this. If they push it back and it works, that's an acceptable reason to push something back.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's, by the way, that's also the standard I'm going to be holding Eureka to.
Much more of an optimist than we are. So. All right. So here we go. We getting the first look at the Hildebrand stuff.
You're talking to that weird thing.
Nika, did you like Hildebrand in 2.0?
2.0? Absolutely.
2.0?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because she likes cute things.
Did you like it in 3.0?
Yes, but not as much.
Are you looking forward to Hildebrand 4.0?
Yes.
Why?
But that's only if we get at least one trial to go along with it.
And see, here's the problem. Exactly the same as Nika. Like, yes, loved it in 2.0. Yes, liked it in 3.0. Not nearly as much. 4.0, no, because why would they put a trial in this time?
I hated it in 3.0. I
thought it was cute. I liked the little FF9 throwbacks. I liked seeing a different side of all the characters, and I thought that Gigi was adorable as fuck. I didn't like that they just kind of made it just a bunch of cutscenes and not any real quests. Like, we got 3 trials out of Hildebrand before. We had 2 Gilgameshes and a fucking Ultros.
Some good fights,
They were good
too.
fights. Legitimately fun
all
shit.
3 of them, very good.
All of them had a fun little weird mechanic you had to learn and play with.
Like,
yeah, it was
Ultros
neat.
was hard. Even now, when I get Ultros and Tri Roulette, there are times where we wipe. I'm like, are you kidding me?
You can
But still,
still
it's
do you
difficult.
wipe or do you lose?
Like, because people, like, get knocked off the edge.
Yeah,
you lose.
Well,
yeah.
I hope you're not looking forward to the Hildebrand quests that are coming in 4.1 because they're more of a preview.
Oh, great.
Quote from Yoshi.
So that means 2 quests.
Quoth the Yoshi.
And we'll see Hildebrand at the end of it.
So spaketh the Yoshi.
Carletta 1965. Hildebrand gets catfish. That's what we're calling it. I love it.
Yes. That's the only way that you can make these catfish characters even justifiable.
I don't expect us to get a trial for Hildebrand in 4.1. I'm assuming, like, the next iteration of Hildebrand after 4.1
stop
would have a
it.
trial.
It's not going to happen. Don't ever expect it.
The freebie trials were like the Warring Triad in 3.x.
Yeah, they're too busy trying to fix Eureka. They don't have time for Hildebrand trial.
Yeah.
Remember back in like 2.1 and 2.2, like we were like, oh man, I can't wait for the Savage version of Gilgamesh fight.
Boy, we were naive.
Right.
Well, not really, because I mean, Square-Enix gave us the Ultima remix fight, and so we were like, oh, so trials are all going to get like a harder version of it.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Especially because Ultima was originally... It was weird because the first Ultima was part of, like, Praetorium. And then you got the hard mode, and then you got the extreme mode or whatever.
So we also get our first look at
Robinasta.
Yeah. That
grab your
Grab
your ass. Grab your aster.
The Rabby Nasty.
I do think that the
that
city,
sky looks really nice.
The
Did you
city
see
design
that
is.
sky?
What are you talking about?
Look
The
at
sky.
the sky.
Why are you talking about the sky?
Beautiful.
Anyway, I do think that the city design is I think it's great.
Yeah, and again, zone design has been probably the one thing we have not torn into SE over in
Right.
Stormblood. Zone design has been great patching or.
I can't wait to walk around that city.
Question: does anyone recognize this enemy? Is this from an FF12 or FF Tactics at all? I mean, what the fuck is this thing?
It goes away really
I'm trying to get a good pause screen.
I know, me too. I was trying to get a good pause
Okay,
screen
wait, I
on
got
it, too.
one. It's like an old man with big, giant, like, blade knuckle things. What? He's got like a beard and big horns coming out of his head.
Yeah.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah, what is that? I have no idea.
He's
Is that-
FF12?
Is it because FF12's summons were all
Neoweo
the
says
were all random
yeah,
weird
it says
things.
FF12 Esper. Do you
I
know
don't,
which
dude. I
one that
remember.
is?
I remember literally. I remember literally 0 of the fucking Espers from 12.
Yeah, because they gave primal names all to just fucking airships, and then all the new primals were like
different.
random ass things.
Terrible.
It's interesting. I mean,
he looks cool.
Yeah.
Enemy design looks cool. Zone design looks cool.
I just
What's
wish
the next one?
I just
The
wish it.
flying one.
I just wish it had any kind of impact. Yeah, I don't know what this is. This is kind of cool though.
Yeah, that was Hashmail. I just looked it up. Looks just like him.
I mean, goddamn, that looks like a fucking Borg. Goddamn, hang on. Sometimes getting these freeze frames are really.
You were looking at it from the back. I can't get a good freeze frame. It's like a floating mermaid looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it underwater? Are we underwater at this point?
It looks underwater.
It does look underwater.
Or nighttime.
No, I think
it's underwater.
That's underwater because the scene directly after it, you're very clear. This is very clearly underwater.
Well, yeah, and then they would want to start using, swimming and going underwater.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
think
like
we
that.
see like seaweed on the
The
bottom.
best screen grab I've got, she actually looks like she has a metallic, like mermaid's tail that
People
splits,
in the
not
chat-
like an Ananta's tail, but
Yeah.
like an actual mermaid tail.
People in the chat saying another Esper. That's Mateus.
Well, wasn't Mateus another thing? Wasn't that a hunt mob? Can't be Mateus. I don't know what you talk about.
Oh, yep. Looking it up, definitely Mateus.
I need to spam through and play FF12 before this comes out.
I do, right?
The remaster just came out.
Yeah, I know. I got it.
Let's play it.
You have it, and oh my god,
I haven't played it though.
I thought this was like supposed to be Final Fantasy Tactics themed.
I honestly, the last time I played FF12 was when my internet went out in college, and I beat it by accident.
The last time I played FF12
That's the
was
first time you
the
played
day
it, right?
I bought FF12 after pre-ordering it.
Wow.
And I played 10 hours and said, nope.
Really?
And I never played
Oh,
it
I
again.
really liked FF12. It was very different than the other ones.
Yeah, I bought the remake, really enjoyed it, just apparently not enough to pick it back up.
I do, again, zone design, as we said before, Square Enix has been stellar at that.
Yeah, it looks great.
It just continues.
I'm genuinely interested in that area.
This looks like a really cool area, yeah. Let's see what else we got here.
Wish that was a place I could explore without a party.
The Banga.
They got the
Yeah,
Banga.
the Banga.
Banga make an appearance. That's kind of cool. Who
is this dude?
Who is 80s porno mustache?
He is part of the troop, the traveling troop.
Can I
That's an artistic mustache.
That's John Baramy.
That's Balthier.
No, stop. No.
Can I have his mustache?
Right? Like,
ew.
He's got the Ron Jeremy stash.
Yes, I want the bad porno cop stash. That's what I want for my character.
Only if it goes on the outside of your Odin helm.
Yes. Oh my
Absolutely.
God. Yes. Please. But he's got the porn stash and emo hair.
Yeah, he dyes his hair, guys.
What is with that? That's a bad combination of things.
That's not a good look.
You know what this is? This is the Final Fantasy XIV hipster.
You know what this is?
Right
No,
here.
They designed this guy. Like, he's up on the concept board, no mustache. And then Koji Fox walks in and goes, he's missing something. And then he picked up a marker and drew it in. He goes, add it and ship it. That's my headcanon.
I hate whoever that character is.
Me
Just
too.
Automatically.
Yep.
All right, we've got another one. Somebody said that there was
What
another
Esper is this?
I don't. Yeah.
Wait, Baku from FF9?
No.
No,
Nihilist,
this is
don't
referring
listen.
to someone in the last scene. That guy, the porno stash guy, was not Baku.
No. I do not know which Esper this is, but this is the one that they actually showed off the drawing of
Yes.
on the
That's
last
right, they
live
did.
letter.
Yep.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's a cool looking boss, don't get me wrong.
It's in a chariot.
It is in a chariot, and he's got a pretty badass looking, like, it's not just a lance, like, that's like a, what do you call it? Like
It's like a jousting lance.
Yeah. It's almost like a javelin lance.
There was an enemy in, I don't remember if it was FF8 or 9, which was literally like a guy on a horse-pulled chariot. Do you remember that? Like, it was at the end of one of those games. Was it 8 or 9?
God damn, no.
It's a weird enemy, and just like it's like a chariot or a horse pulling like a sidecar almost, and there's a guy, a knight in it with a lance, and it kind of reminds me of that.
No, I don't remember that.
It's a weird enemy. I think it was 9.
You're a weird enemy.
I hope you can get his pole arm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure he'll give me his pole arm.
All right, we've got another. I mean, that looked like a different enemy. I don't know if this is the same enemy as the
I think
next
that's
shot.
the first boss because the next one I think is Mateus again.
Is it? Okay. I mean, there you go. Yeah, you got a cleaner shot of Mateus there.
Yeah. Yep. They did like a little montage. Oh my
Yeah.
god! It showed 3 bosses. Oh, I hope. You know what? I hope there's only 3 bosses in Ivalice.
There's not even a
man.
chance. Get out.
Oh, there's usually only about 3 or 4 bosses, and the rest are trash pulls, right? In the
No, there's
24
always
games?
4
There's always
bosses.
4. Nika,
If
why
they
do you say
cut
it
out
usually?
a boss,
I don't think that they would have cut out a boss because I think that they're probably like waiting,
saving who
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like because
it'll be something super fan servicey.
It was like in
Maybe a
it's gonna be
Zodiac-
like that fucking butterfly you fight at the end of F9.
Zodiac guy from Final Fantasy Tactics. Because they haven't shown anything from Tactics.
They
said they were gonna like this is like a Tactics,
Tactics thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen nothing.
They put Roms and delete on the picture,
Fuck
and then
you.
everything is from 12.
Why? Like, why would they do that? Why would they put in anything from Tactics when all you have to do to put in stuff from 12 is up-res the graphics?
Right.
All of those character models, I guarantee you, scale up with some work.
Yeah.
It just takes some texture work, and that's pretty much it. I can't think of much more that would go into upscaling any of those models. That's the thing about having, game engines that are so malleable is that once you make an asset, you can port it between different games and systems all you want.
You need good devs for that, though.
Well, you do need that.
Do you? Because Square-Enix does it all the time, and I'm not convinced that they have good devs.
Fact. Wow, that was short.
Yeah.
You notice how we didn't get like any like, oh, look at this new hairstyle.
No,
or look at this new glamour.
No gear. No gears.
No
But
crafting
that might
update.
just be their option to not show off everything, because usually the trailers also have like the names of the things that pop up, and this had none of that. This was literally more like a trailer than what we usually
Yeah, actually, you're right. Because usually when they do these, they'll do, they'll like title it like, the drowned city of Scala,
and then it would
show
like
it off.
zoom,
They didn't do that.
The
They
camera
just-
would zoom through the hallways and show us the dungeon.
Yeah, they just moved through it at a clip.
Yeah.
So it's possible we could get hairstyles. They just didn't show it off.
Did
I
they?
don't know.
Do we know what the gear looks like out of the Ivalice raids?
Did they show it at the live letter?
No.
That would be the
I don't remember
Was
seeing
it-
any
If
pictures.
they haven't shown it, then probably not.
Was it in the trailer at all that you saw?
No.
When we were fighting with the bad guys?
No, I didn't see it there.
I mean, it might be. They're pretty clever about that kind of shit.
Yeah,
I already
true.
closed it and took it off.
Let me read you specifically what they said about Ivalice in the live letter. We would like players to try it out themselves and enjoy the experience, so we won't be going into any details. There are various new mechanics, so please look forward to them. We put in a lot of effort into the details, like the color of the sky and the feel of the dungeon. So please enjoy the fine details.
So Ivalice fans will hopefully feel good about this.
The sky is very Ivalice, guys.
I like that sky. It was good detail.
Super good.
Angry Gamer Aaron saying they made a short trailer because they were so ashamed of the lack of content in 4.1.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're seeing a lot of angry chat in here. I hope this is turning into calls. I hope people are willing to call up and voice how they actually feel about this.
Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. I think they want us to be a vessel for their anger.
No, it doesn't count anymore. We do that every fucking week for you guys. It's your turn.
Yeah.
Get on the phone, call us, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, you can do it.
We're getting the patch in 9 days. Woo!
Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. Let us know how you feel about patch 4.1. So, all right, let's talk about this live letter.
9 days.
All right, so yeah, as Nika said, it comes out in 9 days. It will be here on October 10th. So the first thing that they talked about and showed was the Adventurer Squadron Dungeon exploration. So just like they've said before, there will be at launch 5 dungeons available. And yeah, you are essentially just going through these old dungeons, and you basically have commands that you give to the 3 people you bring with you. There has to be a tank, a healer, and 2 DPS. Obviously, you take one of those roles, but you'll have actions such as attack, heal, basically stuff like pets and things like that, and be able to tell them to limit break. Yeah.
It's pet actions?
Yeah, like you control them, like they don't just go and do their own thing. You have to be attack, or think more, I guess, more along the lines of like your chocobo. Mm-hmm. You have like attack, follow, stand, stuff like that. It says, and during the demonstration, they also showed squat, push up, and sit emotes.
Finally,
which will be part of the reward for doing this.
So it's its own separate system then. It's not like I want to do my roulette and take my squadron with me.
Correct.
It's a separate squadron dungeon system.
It will be available once your squadron reaches rank 2. Yeah.
What rank are we at right now?
Probably 1. Players.
No, I'm pretty sure all of ours are higher than that. I'm pretty sure my
know.
squadron is higher than that.
I don't know what rank, I guess, necessarily means. You'll be able to assign different types of AI to them, and by gaining experience, they will receive a quote-unquote buff. At the beginning, you will be restricted to the freestyle. So, again, it reminds me of, like, your Chocobo companion, how it has, like, free attack.
Speed boost.
Yeah, attack.
You can have your like blood hungry tank who just like pulls huge waves eventually. You can set the AI to be super aggressive.
Maybe
or
healer
cautious.
squadron's DPS. I
actually found the live letter part where like they're going through like fighting stuff.
Right, yeah.
It did not look exciting or fun at all.
Okay,
like you basically sick your NPCs like on monsters and just make your way through this dungeon.
Yeah, and it said there's a party composition as tank, healer, and 2 DPS. So you're actually not fighting with them. You're just commanding.
No, it's you and 3 squadron
yes,
members.
because you can only take 3 squadron members.
Okay, never mind. I missed that. Okay.
My party ephemeral.
Yeah. So like I don't think you do this to level them up, because obviously remember they level up by sending them on stupid
by doing the
missions and
missions,
stuff
yeah.
like this. So like as a player, what do you get out of this?
You get emotes. The squad emote has been in the game since 1.0, and we've all been bitching about it.
Okay, so let's make. Oh my God. So Nico. Oh God, I'm having an aneurysm. So basically, they introduced half this system in the previous expansion, then the other half in this expansion, so that we could do it a couple times and get some fucking emotes.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's more
Okay.
than
Well,
that.
hold on. We don't know what rewards are going to come from it yet.
That's what I mean.
all
Like,
right?
they have to attach tomes
It
onto
says the emotes are part of the reward.
Like you have to put tomes on it. It's the only way anyone's going to
They
do
better
it.
put tomes on it.
No. I mean, they didn't have tomes
no, they
last
better.
time, but people did it.
Well,
they attached like
it also
materia.
it
and
also
shit.
wasn't a fucking
Money.
system last time.
Right, people did it literally until their squad was capped, and then
And also,
if
that's
they even
something
did
you can
that.
send them off on and then go do something else by
I
yourself.
send them off once
This
a
is-
week in hopes they'll bring me back MGP that I don't use.
Right, and this is something that you do with them. You use your own time, so it should have tomes.
I mean, maybe.
It
might
better.
not. What?
That's the only way anyone will ever think to do it beyond maybe week 1. oh, you can get materia and stuff from it. You'll basically get the same fucking bullshit from it that you'll get from doing like ventures or some bullshit.
Well, you can do Palace of the Dead for all that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's not tomes, I can get it from Palace. I can get tomes out of Palace of the Dead.
It's
Jesus
the same
Christ.
bullshit that you get anywhere else. But they're going to be like, we put a lot of detail into the walls.
Yet, so
in the water, it splashes when you walk through it.
Cool your tits, all right?
But what's the sky going to look like in this dungeon?
It's not as good as fucking Evilis, that's for damn sure.
Okay.
Stupid. So yeah,
Great.
that's the Adventure Squadron. You can glamour them.
Here's the problem I have with that. All right, an expansion, last one, Heaven's Ward.
Yeah,
grammared. Like you couldn't change their glamour, right? So what?
Correct.
An intelligent, intellectual person would do would be to farm all your squadron mates based on their glamour because it's set in stone for some of them, and that makes them special. But now you can just change up the glamour to whatever the fuck you want.
If you get them to a certain level, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's easy. You know what's hard? Doing fates over and over and over again for the challenge log week after week to get a specific person that you never got in Heaven's Ward because you gave up because it was so RNG.
Who are you trying to get?
I don't know.
Wasn't the bunny girl?
I think it was like a pirate chick.
Oh, okay, yeah, because wasn't it like a very specific fate you had to do as well?
No,
like in a certain
no.
area?
It was just getting the challenge log done for fates.
Oh, okay. Well, but yeah.
And
so squadrons are probably gonna suck.
But at least I have a full squadron of female cat girls.
Dude, I literally never did one squadron thing.
You're not missing out on anything.
I don't think I even unlocked it.
Nope, not missing out.
Probably not.
Let's head to our phone lines and hear from Crimson Tinted of Balmung. What's up, Crimson? Crimson.
What? Rip.
Check that you're not muted.
Crimson?
Hold on, we have a different.
This is a juxta problem.
No, we had someone on Skype, and then Kooky said Crimson Tinted on Discord, so I hung up on whoever was on Skype. I don't know.
Good job.
Kooky took the call and didn't send him a message or anything, and she just took the call and connected me, and she's calling me again.
Oh my god, this is as much of a train wreck as Ascalia trying to choose limit-breaking music for the episode he's not on.
What is wrong with you? Why are you so bad at this? Is this your first day?
No, I don't. Fine, I'll go back. We'll drag Crimson out of here again.
Fucking idiot has
Find
a kid.
out who's on Skype right now, because I have no idea. I don't think Kooky knows.
Really?
Yeah, and she didn't tell me who's on Skype.
This seems like your fault. I don't.
How is this even? Oh, Kooky hung up. We have someone on Skype.
She
by
said
the way.
she called you an asshole.
We have someone on Skype, so.
We do.
I told you I hung up. Well, he's still on. You called me back with that person. Oh my gosh, Kooky.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. All right, we got Crimson on.
Can you figure your shit out, please? Please. We've been soliciting phone calls for fucking 45 minutes now.
Whoever this asshole, he keeps calling. That's what's my. Okay, we're just gonna block this guy because I don't know who this is. Right.
Okay.
Crimson Tinted on Discord.
Okay, what account are you logged into?
I'm on Final Encountercast like I'm supposed to be.
And someone keeps calling it. Someone keeps spamming that number.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kooky, don't tell me that in the chat. Tell me that. Fuck you, person. I don't even know who that is.
Yep, Juxta's banned.
All right, fuck you.
All right, let's go to our phone lines and talk to Crimson Tinted. What's up, Crimson?
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, man? Oh, good. This is off to a good start.
So, yeah, it's... I'm calling primarily to talk about...
Wow, okay. Hey, your connection sounds like shit.
You're a robot.
Yeah, what happened?
He's been captured by Square-Enix and replaced with a bot to toe the company line.
Clearly, when Kooky talked to him, that didn't happen.
Well, yeah, obviously, I would hope so.
Wow, what the fuck? All right, let's let Crimson sort out his issues. You said there's someone who continuously tries to keep calling on FEC.
Yeah, but they stopped now.
Okay, you're still on ban mode, so I'm gonna mute you in a second. But if someone keeps calling on FEC,
yeah, but they stopped now and they haven't called back.
If they call again, connect it.
Okay.
Oh boy,
because we're gonna solve that problem.
Okay,
got this covered.
Let's try this.
Okay, they called back. All right.
Okay,
we called them.
All right.
We got someone on the line. Who is it?
Who is this?
Hello?
Who is this, and why do you keep calling our radio show?
This is Ansari again.
I'm sorry. Why are you calling our radio show continually on the wrong fucking account?
Aziz Ansari is calling us right now.
I'm calling on the wrong account. This is the one I had saved on Skype. I'm sorry.
I sent you messages to tell me your name and your server and your topic so I can put you on the list, but you keep calling.
You dumb motherfucker! No, you dumb motherfucker! When Kookie tells you something, you fucking listen to her, you piece of shit!
Kookie's word is law.
You piece of shit! I'm gonna fuck you up, mother-fucker! If I ever fucking see you, I will destroy you! Adam from Adam! Don't you ever question her! Kookie runs this fucking shit! No, don't you try to talk back to me, you absolute fucking cocksucker!
The 9th level of hell will welcome you!
Don't you ever question Kookie! Don't you ever question Kookie! Now, we're gonna hang up this fucking call, and you're gonna do it right! You're gonna go through the process the correct fucking way you should, and you're not gonna call this number again! Have I made myself clear?
Sure.
Oh, he just
okay, all right, okay, good. I've made
your message.
God damn it! There's a specific way that this is done. Okay?
I'm scared now too.
You should be. You should be fucking terrified.
We fear change.
We fear change.
God damn it. People don't listen to directions. This is what's wrong with the world.
This is what's wrong with the world?
I think there are many things wrong with the world.
Never question Kookie.
That's right.
Fact.
That's right.
You guys want to know what really happened to Papa Woody?
I miss Pops.
That was fun.
We should head to that ditch again.
I love being able to do that. I'm sorry, don't take that personally. I don't know if you're a new listener or not. I'm not from.
He said "and sorry" again. I'm pretty sure he's called before.
I think you
He's
have.
called FEC before. That's why he had that one saved.
Okay.
Yeah, he must. Oh, well, he still would have talked to us on the other.
Well,
no, because he would have called Kookie on the FEC one.
I'm doing a bit. I'm doing a bit. It's just a joke, man.
Don't explain it.
God damn.
Cares.
There's gonna be some people who are like, "Oh my God, did you hear that?"
Like, no wonder no one ever calls.
Nero hates his fans.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they ask for
Nero yells at listener.
They spend 45 minutes asking for calls only to yell at the first person to call. That's the bit. That's the joke. Anyway, no, call back. But please, there is a specific way that this is done, and when Kookie gives you an instruction, follow the fucking instruction. I don't want to. No, we don't need to explain this again.
No one's word on this show is law.
Yeah.
Except
for Kookie.
Stop hitting me, Daddy.
Your phone auto-corrected start to stop.
Oh, that's
Point
weird.
that out.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so do we have anyone on the line now?
I mean, we can try Crimson.
Let's see if
again
he's fixed
real
it.
quick.
Let's see. Yeah. All right.
Okay, we're gonna bring Crimson back in.
Crimson, we're gonna try you again. If I need to yell at you, I'm going to.
Crimson.
No problem. Worst case scenario, I can go back with Skype. How do I sound now?
Fucking horrible.
A little better,
Horrible
but
better.
not
Fucking
good.
terrible.
You sound British.
Instead of sounding like a robot, you sound like you have the flu.
Yeah.
You sound British. That's
he just left.
He's getting on Skype to call, I'm sure.
Anyway, all right. If you want to call, honestly.
Good luck.
If you want to call, you don't want to call anymore.
Get Ansari back in here. I was just fucking around. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. We'd love to talk to you and hear about what you want to talk about for patch 4.1, live letter 39. What are you excited for? What are you disappointed by? There's a lot here. There is definitely a lot here to unpack. And, I think most people at this point can figure out where we, kind of lie on all of this.
I think we've made our opinions abundantly clear since, say, around this time last year.
Absolutely.
Has it been a year?
Well, about a year ago, we were getting ready for FanFest. So, yeah. This is about where we started getting our opinions together on this.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I mean, that is really kind of where...
Oh my God, it's been a year since FanFest.
Yeah, it's been about a year.
When do they normally announce the next FanFest?
They will announce the next FanFest around patch 4.3 or so, if they hold in time with what they've done in the past.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because it'll be the next FanFest will likely be October of next year, so we'll probably get an announcement in like June or May.
Yeah.
The previous year, before the 2014 one, I actually bought my tickets in July. So
yeah, maybe they're not
they were
a little
later
earlier than that. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe we'll get our announcement.
Oh yeah, and
around.
last year I was buying my tickets while I was still working at school.
But it was like May or June, wasn't it?
Summer.
I thought it was like May.
Maybe.
Yeah. But whatever.
Well, next thing on the
game's
list,
not going to be around for another fan fest.
Lol. Next thing on the list to talk to is the Minstrel's Ballad, Shinra's Domain. We kind of, unpacked a little bit when we were watching the trailer here, about what we saw. Now, they said when compared to Susanoo and the Lakshmi Extreme, the difficulty is going to be much harder than those. And this is supposed to sort of serve as an in-between for people who are stuck on Omega Delta Skate version 2.0 and version 3.0. So Nika's raid group should be able to beat this relatively easily.
Right.
I would assume so, yeah.
They said there's a different DPS check and also a new healing check.
Interesting.
Would appreciate it if you could please enjoy the overall battle itself, they say.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
They say that so often. They're like, guys, please enjoy this.
Are they saying please
They're
like this?
so terrified of us now.
Please be nice to this. We tried
I really
hard.
do. Yeah, like I really do feel like they are just terrified of the criticism.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's because we spent a lot of the time looking at how he broke the platform and the people falling back, then we ran on his back. I think that's what they're talking about, like the overall.
Yeah, there's interesting features to it. Yeah,
I guess. For doing this, you will receive a weapon as a reward, and basically they're saying, for people that are struggling with the Giant in Omega Savage 3, that if you try this and obtain the weapon, it's gonna give you some help. So
the Giant,
the
Iron Giant.
I don't know. I don't do
That's
Savage
like a
3.
thing you just LB past. I don't know what they're talking about. What Giant?
Well, if you don't have strong enough weapons to LB past it, then there you go.
You cast your LB.
I think this is a really good spot to aim, though, in terms of difficulty. I think, definitely harder than Susanoo and Lakshmi EX, but kind of in between the easier section of Savage Raid and the harder section. I think that's a good spot to aim for a bit like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, that's exactly where they always end up putting this kind of shit, right? Like that's where they always, whenever you
bridges.
Yeah, and again, we're getting no eye level push. I mean, no real eye level push. We knew that we wouldn't get an eye level push without another tier of raids.
Right.
So we're going to have some upgrade items that are going to be coming out of the Ivalice thing. That is pretty obvious. We're going to have this, which will probably be a slight upgrade to the weapons that we already have. But I in terms of like really incentivizing it is literally the exact same structure that we've seen out of Square-Enix and out of FF14 for the better part of 2-3 years at this point. And I just it's so boilerplate and predictable at this point that I don't understand why we're continuing to put up with it as a player base.
Yeah, I mean, I remember...
I won't be stepping foot into this, so I won't be putting up with it.
I remember when I finished up A4 or 04, and they leave you off with just saying, like, who knows when we'll need you again. I remember tweeting out that quote and saying, probably around November would be my guess. Boy, did I underestimate.
Right.
Good Lord.
One more thing I wanted to add to the perform thing, because we basically covered most of the perform stuff when we talked about it earlier.
Right.
Because someone was like, well, why don't you just put it in macros and get past the lag? What's the problem? You can't put it in macros. They don't want everyone to be able to play the same exact song, like in perfect unison. They want you to have to practice and perform your best.
Wait, really? You can't do macros with
that? Please note, you cannot use this with a macro. Instead of everyone being able to perform the same thing, we want everyone to practice and perform their best.
And plus,
no macros.
Macros won't really even help anyway because everyone's lag is different. Everyone's latency is
that's the point.
Person dependent.
Yeah. Right.
But at least what a macro would do is let you play it and then G-pose and let everyone play it at the same time, at least on your end, to record it and put it on YouTube, even though you're not allowed to.
You know what? No, I at first my reaction was like, that's fucking stupid. But the more I think about it, I kind of like this. No, you actually have to learn how to play this shit if you want to be able to perform. You actually have to learn to do it.
But it's
That's
still
fair. Otherwise, people just share their macros and you can just copy them.
It becomes pointless immediately. No, you have to learn how to actually play this.
No, I don't like this because I'm not one of the musically inclined, but I want to be able to access this content. So they need to make it easier for me because
Shut up.
Because I'm not
Stop
hardcore
it.
into musicals.
Stop.
Magical musicals.
Anyway, all right, let's go back to our phone lines and talk to Ansari. What's up, Ansari?
What's going on, guys?
Don't you ever question cooking. I'm kidding.
Who's stupid
now, bitch? I'm kidding.
Just kidding. We like you.
The funny thing is, I mean, you can cuss me out. That's cool. I don't give a shit. I'll just be another, YouTube highlight video.
No. You absolutely will be.
Yeah,
There's no way. There is no way that's not making its way to YouTube.
Everybody for being a fucking idiot and calling the wrong line. You'll have to forgive me because I was in the middle of playing this PUBG clone while I was calling in, and I didn't realize that they were all grouped separately. So
yeah,
Are you playing the Fortnite Battle Royale, or?
Yeah, it's actually a shit ton of fun.
Is it better than PUBG?
I can't
the
say
skill
that it's better
ceiling's
than
lower.
PUBG because I haven't played PUBG, but I can say that it takes the things that people like about PUBG and it adds Minecraft elements. So
the base building.
Oh,
yeah.
Build stuff.
So you can kind of like craft like fortresses and things like that and make traps and kind of, fortify an area.
As much as I'm sure our audience would really love to hear about Fortnite, apparently they get mad at us when we don't talk about Final Fantasy XIV. So.
For reasons unbeknownst to us.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Right. I called to talk about Unending Coil. So apparently, I don't know if you guys caught that, but there's an unofficial translation out there. The weapon is going to be item level 345, and it's going to have an extra materia slot.
Yep.
So I guess by default,
cool.
It'll be the same stats and like sub-stats as the Genji weapons, but you get an extra materia slot.
I have to say, yeah, the extra materia slot is actually kind of
That makes it worth it.
kind of hot.
And I think one of you guys called it in a couple episodes back. I think it is actually the Dreadworm weapons, but basically just higher eye level. So
Which would make sense, and then dieable, right? Because it makes sense because we're doing the final battle.
Yeah,
of
probably
Coil. It would make sense for
dieable and have a new special glow on it. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I do have to. I'm going to give credit, to Ansari here, and also to Square-Enix. But that was not a solution that we had thought of to make a piece of gear feel more special. Is to give it something like an extra materia slot. That's actually very compelling.
It's nothing that's going to break the game, but it's enough to make you salivate.
It gives you that option to customize now. So now you can kind of make it your own.
Especially because the level 6 materials are like 40 or something like that. That's a lot of added stat.
Yeah. No, I actually think that's a fairly good solution, but it's, kind of like, it's put into a very odd place, right? Like, because, of course there will be people who are done with Savage rating that will be able to enter this day one, and they're going to be able to go for their weapon. But I feel like, you're taking your percentage of people that can participate in something like this, or would even find something like an extra materia slot attractive. I mean, yes, it's great for BIS, it's great for pushing stats. Is it going to end up making that much of a difference to make it that much more attractive to pull that many more people into rating and subsequently trying to get through to do this event?
Possibly. I don't know that this was ever intended for anyone who doesn't raid. This is there for people who do
I think this is a nice balance, at least, because it's not so much to a point where people are going to make party finders that are like, you can only join this if you have this weapon. Like we were scared of before. We're like, oh, well, they're going to just make sure you have that one really rare item. But I feel like this is going to be different enough and exclusive enough, and like that it's not going to be exclusive, like, oh, you have to have this. But if you do have it, it's going to be a bonus. Right. And that's what we were hoping they would do in the first place.
My concern about that, though, is like, okay, what happens when the next leg of Omega comes out? Like, is it going to be beneficial going into that next leg, and for how long?
I think it'll definitely be beneficial.
You'll be able to beat any DPS checks in the first leg of it way easier, for sure.
Yeah, I think how long is a better question there.
Yeah. And the answer to that is probably till the end of that leg, when you get your new replacement weapon.
Well,
I don't think it'll last that long.
No, I don't think it'll last.
The next tome weapons would be up by then.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll last exactly as long until you even get one more damage that's put on that weapon, because the damage is the most important thing about pumping out DPS. So it will be definitely relevant, but it'll become become equally irrelevant as soon as 4.2 hits, which has been a big complaint about the gear. And again, we're falling into that same cycle. It is compelling. It's a good idea, but it's like leveraged off. Yeah, it's leveraged off into this one very specific event. And again, it will only be relevant for a very, very short window of time.
So what I think needs to happen with the next phase is that the ultimate Savage mode needs to come out at the same time as the other ones. So that way, as soon as people are ready to go in, they can enter. And that way it's relevant longer for those people. I feel like by the time that, like, because my group hasn't even started at 04, like, we're going to have to restart on Tuesday and get through 1 through 3 again and then start 4. By the time we clear 4, like, you know, the Savage is already going to be out. Some of the top people are going to have it. And it's like, how long before the next raid patch are we actually even going to get to use the weapons?
I mean, I get what you're saying, Nika, because then technically, you know, those people who beat Savage 1 through 4 in like one day could have immediately
They should be able to immediately go in and have that for the whole entire patch cycle.
But then here's the problem you have with it. Those people, once they beat Omega Savage, you know, maybe even for a couple weeks, they're not coming back. So yeah, they have it longer, but they're not using it any longer.
Right.
But I mean, they wouldn't be able to necessarily beat it until they had farmed 1 through 4 enough times to get the gear anyway. But
as soon as you have even one more damage stat that's put, you know, just one damage that's put onto a weapon, everyone throws away older weapons. I mean, there's really no compelling, even as an additional materia bonus. There's no secondary stat bonus that would make that bridgeable.
There hasn't been yet, that's for sure. We've never seen a reason. Once you have a higher eye level weapon, it's always worth replacing.
Right.
I like. Did 11 have that problem? You would sometimes forego higher level weapons, right?
No, definitely. Because
dude, you would use those low level things forever.
Yeah, as a thief, if you could get a hold of 2 150 delay weapons, forget about it.
Yeah, they're so fast. Yeah.
Yeah, delay was almost as big of a
because it was all about them weapon skills.
Oh God, that's right. Yeah, the 507 delay pole arms were worthless. That's right.
Well, but that's what wasn't that what all of those, you know, like 5-hit setups for samurais were, so you could get TP fast enough to do as many weapon skills as possible.
Yep.
And that's what a low delay weapon was, is that, yeah, my DPS might suffer when I'm not doing a weapon skill, but I'm pumping out so many goddamn weapon skills that my overall DPS is higher.
That's right. Yep. Okay.
So you don't really have that equivalent here. It's really just damage, and there's no secondary stat that outweighs it. There's not no you know, skill speed or fucking, you know, crit, whatever the fucking new terms for the shit is, whatever it is. I don't give a fuck anymore. But whatever those new stat weightings are called, they don't mean as much as even 1 damage on a weapon.
Yeah, like what if you had a weapon that just its skill speed was so insanely high, you could get another off global cooldown off in time.
Here's the thing, though, is that Strife, I think, nailed it in his assessment, is that Square-Enix does not want to fuck up the character animations. And that's the only thing that I can tell that they're trying to protect by keeping the GDC where it is and by keeping weapon speed where it's at. And effectively, you know, like haste would, you know, or anything like haste. And I understand that we were concerned about that being the end-all be-all stat sort of when FF14 was transitioning between 11 and 14, because it was the end-all be-all stat.
Haste and double attack.
But in FF11, you could very clearly break the character animations.
And it was so good.
And it was pretty satisfying.
Feeling.
It was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so Square Enix, I feel like, is desperately trying to avoid that here with FF14.
Yeah. And I mean, I get it, like not wanting to get back to a point of let's just load up on haste and double attack over and over again.
Right.
But what that did do was your next weapon that came out, sure, it might have higher damage, but it doesn't have any haste on it.
Right.
And if I don't get to that haste cap, what's the point?
Right. Yeah. And there's got to be a secondary stat that weights like that. And there is nothing. There's nothing, especially on, I mean, gear is a little bit more debatable because defense does not really do that much in the grand scheme of things. So you could have different stat weightings on your gear and have that being, you know, being more or less relevant for different reasons, right? Mm-hmm. On a weapon in particularly, I don't think you can get away with that. Anyway, and sorry, thanks for the call, and thanks for letting me yell at you. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the YouTube highlight.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And remember,
hey,
what?
One other thing was that I think one of you guys said something about, like, did we see any gear from the Ivalice raid? I don't think they showed anything off from that, obviously, like, none of us saw it, but they did show gear in one of their last previews, I think on the special website, of gear that drops from the Drowned City. So I don't know what purpose that would serve if you were going to get gear from Ivalice as well, but...
Yeah,
that was the only other thing I wanted to point out.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man. And yeah, I appreciate you being a good sport. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. All right, thanks for calling. If you want to give Limit Break Radio a call, 810-515-8715, Limit Break Radio on Skype, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. We'd love to hear from you. I might yell at you like I did on Sorry. But, if you keep as good humor as Ansari did, then you're going to be okay. You're going to be all right here.
We won't yell at you if your microphone doesn't suck and you listen to Kooky.
Listen to Kooky.
Always.
Just listen to Kooky.
Listen to Kooky.
Listen to Kooky.
But here's kind of a better question. Do you guys think that the gear that's going to come out of the Ivalice raid is going to be inspired visually by either FF12 or FF Tactics?
Oh, it better be inspired by either one of them because I'm so sick of Far Eastern gear already.
Right?
I agree with that. Holy shit, do I agree with that. I have never been so disinterested in gear design ever in an FF14
But what about that
expansion.
chef gear in the next...
I would wear that over the gear that comes out of Omega.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Where's that coming from?
What?
That's not the new dungeon, is it?
It might be. If that's the new gear, I don't know.
I don't even know where they said that was coming from. What if that's the new Ivalice gear?
I don't know. I think that they've got a good opportunity to model some of this after the more notable pieces of gear in FF12. Specifically FF12, I think they've got a better... like, if you got that tank set that had that nonsensical piece of armor cover, it had no armor covering in the neck, and of course that's right where they shoot the fucking arrow for the guy in the opening scene.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You're like, you're looking at him and you're like, that neck area seems really unprotected. Oh, there he goes.
It's got a minus 10 to piercing damage on it.
Yeah, like I that would be kind of fun to have. Because there was definitely some really interesting gear. Like if you could get Fran and Balthier,
if you could get Judge gear.
Look like Judge Geese? That'd be kind of sweet.
God damn it. This is going to be...
You're never going to get it.
Fucking Christ. This is going to be a joke that comes full circle 3 years later. It takes 3 fucking years. We've also had I don't know how much of a pre-promotion for this, and this is the first time that anyone has said Judge and made me go, oh God, I remember this. When you guys said that Dark Knight was going to be Judge.
Yeah.
Oh God,
yeah. That joke is making a full-fledged return.
That joke's like 120 episodes old.
It really is.
Jeez, we were still doing 3-part episodes when that joke got made.
God,
wow. Yeah. I think that's how long that joke goes back. Jeez. But I would not mind Judge gear. Judge gear would be among the cooler gear that was featured in FF12 that I would like to see. I think Fran and Balthier are also really obvious choices. You know who I don't want to see?
Vaughn,
Pinello. Why you don't?
The usual suspects.
Honestly, you do not need the Pinello 1970s X-Men gear.
It was like the ugliest romper.
It was. It
really was.
It was a hideous romper. I swear to God, it looked like what Banshee used to wear in the old X-Men comics.
Oh my God!
Right? Like it does.
Yeah,
it totally fucking does.
Yeah, you're right.
And the other one, who the guy with the scar, the actual
Bosch?
cool guy. Yeah, I did not like what he was
Bosch
wearing.
awesome.
Well, he never changed out of like his prison clothes.
Exactly.
I feel like
I'd be very disinterested in that as gear to have for my character.
I feel like we kind of already have like Bosch's weird, like prison clothes in the game in just like regular like villager gear.
Yeah, you kind of do.
You could probably already make Bosch's outfit pretty well with gear you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be really disappointing if they use that.
Final Fantasy Tactics gear.
Okay, so I don't have the patience for Final Fantasy Tactics. What is special about the gear? Is there any good looking gear in there?
He wants pixelated armor.
Ramza
am I crazy, or wasn't that some of the more like armored gear from 1.0 was like a callback to FF Tactics?
I don't feel like it was, but
there wasn't much that could be classified as plate-like armor in 1.0, but I feel like there was one full set that I had that whenever I look at FF Tactics, I'm like, God, that reminds me of the 1.0 gear that I had.
Here you go. Here's a picture of some of the main characters, like the actual drawings of them. Because I was going to say, yeah, it's hard for me to remember what the actual drawings looked like. I remember looking more at, like, the pixelated characters, and it's hard to tell armor.
Mostly what we need is Ramza has a pair of butt pants that just, like, really accentuates the cheeks really well, and that's what we need in this game.
See,
Apless chaps.
We need dad-ass pants.
Actually, Kalos with this picture actually answers a lot of my question. Because there are characters that you could model some pretty decent gear after. I would have never known because I only had ever played the Final Fantasy.
What's actually cool about this is because I feel like, especially having Void Arc for 3 fucking raids, is that everything was so fucking like dark.
Yeah.
And Void Arc-y, basically like this whole idea of like
purple.
Dark purple, this like evil, the void type stuff. And this is a great chance.
It's all emo.
Exactly. This is a great chance for them to design, stuff in more of like, I don't want to, lighthearted is the wrong sort of terminology.
Something with like a really nice sky.
But those, the stuff that I just showed you, that all is, it's the very opposite of what Void Arc is.
Nika, how much do you want an Ash cosplay?
Not really.
You don't like Ash?
Why would I want to cosplay of it though?
Because you cosplay every single female ever, which includes Prompto.
So weird. Like okay, it really bugs me that she has a belt that goes over her stomach and doesn't hold anything up.
It's
the
called
second part is that
fashion,
hang on.
And then the part that goes over her boobs, like, doesn't actually go over her boobs. It looks like they're about to fall out.
Nika, of all the goddamn nonsensical fashion choices that exist in Final Fantasy, you have to latch on to the belt that doesn't hold a I'm sorry, hang on.
It goes around her stomach.
And the entire.
It's not like a corset. It's like. It's weird.
The entire dress of belts from 10 doesn't raise any eyebrows.
They're not around her stomach, though.
Lulu's belt was sexy. Lulu's dress was sexy.
Hundreds of belts, you mean?
She had a corset, a real corset, and a skirt made out of belts. That was cool.
Squall
Morgan
wears
from Dragon
two
Age also
belts
has skirt,
that do
belts
nothing.
hanging from her skirt. Belts
what are you
on skirts are
talking
sexy.
about? That belt's keeping up her miniskirt.
Her loincloth?
Well, yeah.
One's for the loincloth, the other's for the skirt.
No, she just wears a loincloth.
Yeah, Cookie, it's like a waist trainer, but it's not that tight. It's just like it's supposed to be a cincher, but it's around her like plain stomach, and it doesn't look right. It doesn't hook onto anything.
I want a belt for my thong.
She's talking about the belt up higher, the one underneath the shirt.
That's the one reason I haven't
right
cosplayed Ash in real life is because I think her outfit is stupid.
That's like a
Sorry, Nika, we thought you meant the belt around her miniskirt. No, you're right. There's a stupid ass belt a little higher up.
Yeah, thing around her waist.
That's keeping up the black thing.
It's like around her actual stomach.
That's racist,
It's
Juxta.
keeping up the black thing.
That's racist,
It's
Juxta.
not racist.
It is. You
keeping
can't
up
say
the
that.
African-American thing.
Okay, that's better.
Okay. The
so
article
wrong.
of clothing of color.
Oh my god.
See, I had to look it up now. It's that thing that's under the white thing. That's like that random black thing.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's like it's supposed to be kind of like a cincher, but it's not actually. It's just around her belly.
In a world where Tidus has like pants that are cut at different lengths, this is what she latches on.
Exactly.
This is the hill she dies on.
It's not even. And one of those short pant legs is like mesh, weird mesh that has never existed on the planet ever in life. No one has ever used it on an article of clothing ever. But no, Tidus needs it to be good at blitzball? What the fuck?
Sure.
What is that
I don't
shit?
know. It's been too much effort for me to ever care about her outfit. Like, I hate her half boob cups. I hate that she has armor only on her knees and thighs. It makes no sense. It's stupid. I hate her outfit and I don't want it.
I think first of all, I hope that this is the reward from the Ivalice raid.
Everyone gets Ash.
Yes, is Ash.
I'm acceptable
even
of this
the boys.
now.
Yes, and that Nika,
No, the boys will get Vaughn. Let's be real.
Okay,
Oh,
if
God.
we hold on. If we get
I'm
Vaughn,
sorry.
No, if we get Vaughn, the armor has to simulate his terrible abs.
His glorious.
It would be your character's abs.
No,
it should be
no. They need to be the formless, marshmallowy abs of Vaughn.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because they had no definition.
It actually changes your abs to his. Like, you got a terrible spray tan.
He's the skinniest fat guy. Like, he doesn't have fat on him, but he doesn't have muscles either. It's like they took the muscles out of his stomach.
No, his abs would look like they were like drawn on with makeup and not drawn well.
He contoured his abs.
He contoured his abs. Absolutely, that's what's going on there.
Which is a thing people do
because,
now.
And you know what? When you think about
people do that
Vaughn's
for, like,
character, that
photos and
makes
stuff.
sense.
It makes sense for photos.
Yeah, he contoured his abs and he sucks at makeup.
Anyway, let's go back to our phone lines. We're going to try one more time. Crimson, I hope that your shit's not fucked up because this is the last chance you get. Crimson Tinted on the line. What's up, Crimson?
Hey, guys. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Finally, yes.
Yep. Way to go.
Now I get to yell at you for fucking it up.
He's pissed.
No, I'm not.
Hey!
Yay.
A new berating, just what I wanted for Christmas.
Get to your goddamn point.
Anyway.
I'm kidding.
Kind of.
But no, I'm calling in basically because it strikes me that we have the most failed promises in a single patch for 4.1 than any patch I can remember. And we've been used to one or two features falling through the cracks before.
Sure.
And coming slightly later than expected.
Yeah.
But there's a huge volume here. The Ultimate Raid coming out at 4.11. That's a delay. Rival Wings coming out at 4.15. That's a significant delay from what was supposed to be Stormblood launch, right?
Yeah.
Eureka getting punted, to 4.2 or later, right? This is the first major patch that the new crowd of Stormblood people have seen, and it's lie after delay after lie after delay.
Yeah, if you
the
can,
veterans it's absurd, is what it is.
Yeah, if you look at the content that is actually coming in 4.1, not 4.11, not 4.15, and actually what is dropping in 4.1,
yeah,
it's pitiful.
It is. And the thing is, we, again, week over week, we continue to get people who slam us on YouTube comments or, who will come into our chat room and say, oh, well, you guys, I forget who it was last week, but they did the whole thing like, oh, well, you're not rating Savage.
Why don't you guys just quit?
Yeah,
then?
just quit the game. And like, I do feel as if, there's going to be a lot of people who have come across this show in the last couple of months since their induction into Stormblood and have been very confused by the level of disappointment,
pessimism
that exists in this show that I think they might actually understand now after 4.1, because you're right. This and Crimson, you also bring up a good point that, this has been, well, it's coming in 4.1. It's coming in 4.1. And we're like, okay, we're waiting for something. And the only new thing, tangibly new thing that we're getting is this one tacked on instance to the end of Omega, to the end of the current Omega raid. And there's no path forward for it. There's no way to know whether or not there's going to be more of these types of fights down the line. We just have this one. And it seems like almost like that they're trying to appease us at this point. Like, they're like, oh, well, here's some hard endgame content, but it's one fucking fight. It's one fight.
Yep.
That's all it is. It's not a series of 3 fights. It's not a gauntlet. I mean, it is one. It is, when you go through it, it'll be one fight with several phases. Mm-hmm. A lot of those animations are recycled. A lot of those assets are recycled. And my question to you guys is, we've been paying $12 to $14 a month for this game for some of us for the better part of 3 years.
More than 3 years.
More than 3 years. Some of us, for longer or shorter than that.
Yeah.
But is this worth it? The $12 is not a little bit of money. Square-Enix collects quite a bit of money from this game, enough for it to prop up a lot of its other development. Enough for it to prop up a lot of its other business aspects. And we're floating that check. Like, we're allowing them to be able to do that. And the question is this worth your $12 a month?
And to those people that you spoke of the ones who, maybe they just joined us with Stormblood and they see this aura of pessimism around us and they go, why that? Why you got to be that way? It's because when we see things like that first live letter and we see us getting closer and closer with no word whatsoever of Eureka and what that's going to look like, it's because, guys, we've seen that before. We dealt with this 2 years ago when we were in 3.1 and that was coming up. We saw this exact same thing. It looks real familiar to us.
It really does. And I mean, Diadem was one of those events that the can kept getting kicked down the road, and then when we got it was less than what we wanted it to be. And now it seems like we're going to have the same thing with Eureka, and I have no reason to think that the event in form is going to be any different than Diadem. What happens if we get this fucking event and it is Diadem? Where we go? Well, why did that take till 4.2 to develop when you have all of the gameplay modes that nobody liked?
Because they designed a whole new zone and spent so much time making the sky pretty.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, am I fucking crazy? Am I fucking crazy here?
No, you're actually not. I know you sound like a crazy person. You sound like an irrational asshole, but you're not.
I don't even know that I sound like an irrational asshole
Not anymore. To the people who have any sense.
Like, I don't know how Square Enix is continuing to pass this off, and people are that there's even a contingent of people that are still going like, yeah, this is...
Well, it's like Ascalia said. The only thing that is logical to me is that the people who are okay with this are new people.
They're the ones who haven't been burned.
Yeah, well, like you said, this is the first time they've seen the content. So like, oh yeah, this is great. This is so much fun. This is awesome. Maybe they'll go back and do, like the Heaven's Ward and the Realm Reborn stories. Like, guys, what are you complaining about? You had it great. Like, okay, maybe the story's a little bit, blah. But come on, this is great content, but we've seen it, like you said, for 3 fucking years already.
And here's the evidence, too, is that when people come in our chat and tell us that, it's names we don't recognize.
Yeah.
Our longtime listeners do not say shit like that to us because they're with us. They've been there. They know.
Well, wait till 5.0.
And it's not that they've been with us and Limit Break Radio as a show. They've been with the game long enough to know this pattern. This is not like... I feel like if we weren't calling this out, that it would be like we would be naive. You know what I mean? Like people would be accusing us of being naive and saying, "Well, there's not a problem with we'd
be a sock puppet."
It really, honestly, like what? How do you expect people not to notice it at this point when the drop off has been so absurdly obvious to the tune of, oh well, you get one less dungeon cycle, like there's we're not getting one less dungeon, we're getting one less like extreme dungeon roulette cycle.
Right, yes, exactly.
A whole cycle of that.
Yeah?
That's just gone.
Well, I assume that they're just going to add this one in on the other ones, so now we'll have those 3 plus this one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, in patches past, there would be 2 new dungeons, and that would be the whole new cycle of extreme roulettes.
Right, the other 2 drop back into the level 61.
And I'm not fucking heartbroken to be losing a dungeon. I mean, it's pretty like we have criticized dungeon content in the past, but if we were getting it in favor of other content or something more interesting, then I would be okay with it, but we're just getting one less dungeon. That's it. We're not getting anything instead of that one less dungeon. That's fucking frustrating, man.
Well, I mean, and like I think the question that you kind of hinted at the beginning, and it's not a fun question to ask, is here it is. Is this game worth $12.99 a month? Why N?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Why/N? Go ahead, chat. Why/N?
Crimson, what about you? Is it worth $12? Do we keep shelling out $12 a month to keep paying to access a game that gives us quantifiably less and less?
Coming from a person who's paid every month since 2.0, no, I'm about to unsub myself.
There it is.
After this, I feel like 3 strikes. No.
I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. Thanks for the call, Crimson. We appreciate it. Glad that we could get you on in a non-fucked up fashion. If you want to give the show a call, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. Feel free to disagree with us.
Yeah, and by the way, if your answer to that is yes, that's fine.
That's fine.
You're welcome to say yes.
That's fine, but we'd love to know why. Like, I think that's an important thing. Like, if it does earn your $12 a month, why? Tell us why. Maybe you can turn some of our opinions.
Mirko Supreme, wasn't it 3 dungeons per patch back in 2.x?
Yes, it was.
Was it really? Gosh,
Yep,
it's been
we got
so
3.
long.
We would get 2 new ones and a hard mode of a previous one.
Yep.
That's what it was every time. 2 new ones and a hard mode of a
new
previous.
ones.
Yep.
2 whole new areas.
2 new ones and then a hard mode of one we already had. So it was still 3 new dungeons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And I forgot about that.
Yeah, see, that's like there's like we're mad about me going down from 2 to 1. We'd forgotten that it was even better before that.
Yeah. Yep.
Holy shit.
What happened? Like
they were giving us too much.
We're chronically getting half as many dungeons now.
But again, like Square Enix wants to tout 10 million players playing this game, and they keep putting, they've put out several financial reports on how well FF14 has been doing for them financially. How do they think that we can accept this as an audience? Like, dude, I'm right there with Crimson. I am about to take my $12 and I'm about to walk. And this is so fucking frustrating at this point.
Absolutely. No, like so I told you guys before this, my sub accidentally lapsed over the weekend. I have to get a new credit card, and my sub lapsed because of it. And while I do intend to resub because I do this show, I sat there, I got that email from SE saying, uh-oh, your sub, lapsed, and I went, good.
Yeah.
Good. Fuck you. I don't care. All right, whatever. I'll resub when I can.
The only reason I'm still subbed is so I can sit in a chair for 3 hours every Sunday.
Yeah. See, someone in the chat...
No. You're also subbed so that you can fix this fucking house interior.
That's not part... You don't pay my sub.
Yeah, no.
You don't pay my sub.
No, actually doing the show, I think, does. Or you can... You know what?
Is our sub paid for the show, really?
No, it does. Shut up. I can make the fucking logic to make it work. But I'm not going to because it's fucking pointless. But the fact of the matter is you gotta redesign this house.
I'll give you some gil.
Will you pay my sub if I redesign the house?
You get $40 a month.
Yeah,
I get money $40. I get money for doing the show. I don't get money for redesigning a house.
I'm not going to give you money for redesigning a house.
I'll give you half of my current gil to redesign the house.
Oh
with.
wow, 5 gil, yay!
I have more than 10
Why
gil.
don't you just delegate this to one of the fucking slaves that still actually plays the game?
Do you see? There's no slaves anymore. We can't say, hey, let's go. Hey, slaves, come and run my shit for me.
But how can
they don't exist.
Slaves
log in.
Quit. They're slaves. They don't just disappear.
Minions, fine. Minions.
Our indentured servants, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out in chat here, though, when you were saying you're about ready to take your sub and walk away, Ace Areno says, walk then, you won't. And you know what? You're right. Because there are people who pay for this show, and because they give us their money, we know that they deserve content. Unlike Square Enix, who takes our money and gives us objectively less content.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that, we're still doing a 3-hour fucking show about this game every goddamn week. We come out here.
They've gone down from 3 to 2. Can we go to a 2-hour show?
No, we cannot.
Oh,
we can.
Sure?
I mean, we could.
When we made this show, we were planning on it only being a 2-hour show. Remember that?
That's true.
When we decided to go weekly.
That's true.
Yeah.
It just ended up being.
I don't know what happened somewhere in that transition.
It ended up being. Yeah, it ended up becoming 3 hours.
We actually liked the game, so we wanted to fill 3 hours.
That's right.
That's true.
And there was more content.
Yeah.
So maybe we should back it back down to 2 hours. I don't know.
Now, see how they could blame us. They're still paying.
Square Enix, when you give us more game, we'll give more content.
Yeah.
Well, clearly FF14 players are totally comfortable with broken promises and
less content.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think we're missing out on an opportunity here.
We are. I think so.
Yeah.
This is fucking stupid, man.
Super
This is so stupid, and I can't believe that Square Enix is so cheap with this. I have to wonder where our money is now being funneled to. What fucking remake project or mobile game are you making, Square Enix, with our fucking money?
Final Fantasy 15 chibi
Oh my God.
version.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God.
What fucking?
There's the answer.
What pool full of money of our money do you have that someone is jizzing into every day?
I'm indirectly funding the remake of Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, you are.
Oh my God.
You are.
They've had the talks.
This is.
I don't feel good.
That,
like, dude, honestly,
they might fix some of the plot holes.
Kill yourself.
This is.
Wow.
Fucking
That was harsh. What?
Wow, he's walking out now. He needs a moment.
Good.
He's got to cool down.
Honestly, it is pretty fucking frustrating as a long-term player of this game to understand the way that Square Enix works financially, the way that they move people between projects, the way that they move manpower, the way that they move resources between projects, to know that for 3 years, Final Fantasy XIV has essentially been economically propping up the company, or has been one of the very few titles that has been performing to the expectations of the company, and to watch them piss away their long-term fan base by just doing the same shit over and over again. And I know that we hold the devs responsible, and those are the people that we should be holding responsible, but I do feel like there are less resources that are dedicated to this project. And, you know, I have to wonder, they make announcements like, oh, Final Fantasy 15 is going to be, you know, we're going to look at that as a game as a service. Like, I have to wonder how many people have been pulled from this project to that, how many resources have gone from, you know, coming from Final Fantasy 14 and being put towards other projects that we don't necessarily like. And it is undeniable at this point to look at what we're getting in terms of content in FF14 and say that it in any way holds up to what we got in 2.0. It doesn't. It doesn't even hold a candle to it. And that's, I think, the most frustrating fucking thing, is that you've got people willing to invest themselves, that have invested a lot of money into this, and are just waiting for this shit to get better. It's just the same. Like, it's not even different. It's not better. It's just the fucking same.
And a little bit less. Yeah, the same and less. Fucking hell.
It's disappointing. It's depressing. Again, Crimson, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. If you want to call the show, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord.
All right, back to the live letter.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there's still more?
There's still more. There's some HUD changes that are coming. This is probably good for like healers and I guess mages or whatever, but basically we're going to be able to start prioritizing and changing up buff and debuff status information. A few things. You can prioritize displaying the buffs added by you, display the buffs added by others, adjust the size of the display, and various other settings
I think the size of buffs is a big deal, because like you can make them like your entire buff and debuff bar bigger and smaller, but not like next to people's names, or not like in a way that actually is helpful.
Yeah, they're also going to be adding simplified version of everyone's job gauges. You know,
Thank
if
you.
it was too gaudy for you.
Well, if it doesn't do anything like the ninja gauge.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't need that up at all. Just when something glows, hit the button. A little bit more on the Lost Canals of Uznair. There are actually parts of this that kind of, are like, oh, that's interesting. But again, what's the point of actually doing it going to be? It says that so players will discover new maps, leading to deeper submerged chambers in the canals. Players need to go underwater to explore, and the portal is guaranteed to open. There'll be 3 doors and will feature various monsters with mechanics as well. When opening the chest, there is a chance to double up with a maximum of 5 steps. Enemies are quite strong, so we recommend challenging it with 8 players.
That's kind of because Sunken...
Yes?
The other place.
Make words, motherfucker!
I can't. Aquapolis, thank you.
Aquapolis? God, why do we have Lost Annals of Uznair? Like, that's just a mouthful, and we lost Aquapolis.
No, the Lost Canals is Aquapolis.
Well, it's the...
Yeah, he's asking why they had to change the name of it.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
It's not Aquapolis.
But I miss
got
Aquapolis.
Golden rooms and no water.
I never get to say Aquapolis anymore.
Aquapolis.
We can still call it that.
Aquapolis 2.0.
Aquapolis 4.0?
I'm enjoying watching the chat room try to educate Taro as to why the fuck they're wrong. And again, I've got to stress that, they keep saying, well, we have the same stuff, but it's different. And yeah, well, each boss encounter is different mechanically. It's the broad strokes that we're starting to get really sick of, because every dungeon, when you queue up, you know that it's going to be trash, 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 boss, trash, 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 boss, trash, 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 boss. It's that kind of monotony. 3 bosses, you're done. There's no dynamic ability to any of the content that we have.
I feel like the dungeon bosses too are getting simpler. I've noticed that each boss has like one mechanic you deal with.
Yep.
And whereas like things like fucking Vault would have a couple different mechanics, and like even like all one through Heaven's Ward, there was like each boss would have like 3 mechanics to deal with. These ones have 1 mechanic. Like, oh, you have a sun above your head. Go stand on it.
Yeah, the dungeons are more boring now than they have ever been.
Who remembers?
Yeah, and I think that they look cool, but I wish that like they could take the cool looking graphics and add it to cool gameplay, but it's like one or the other with Square Enix.
Who remembers actually having to learn the mechanics for Demon Wall?
Oh, fuck.
The mid-tier, the second boss of a just regular dungeon.
Every time I did AK and there was a new person, I would like type out all the rules and I'd say, "Don't worry, we'll probably wipe about 3 times. That's totally cool." Like I would say that every time because everyone would fall off.
Because you did every time. That was a boss that was literally the mid-tier boss of a regular dungeon that you actually had to stop and learn the mechanics on.
Because now when you fall off something, it just puts you up there dead again. So you just have to get re-raised.
Yeah. Falling off something doesn't mean anything anymore.
Remember Ferrosirius and Siren at the top?
Yeah.
All those mechanics?
Siren was a pain in the ass.
Siren was a pain in the ass. That was a
nerfed
difficult
her.
mechanical fight.
Even before we outleveled it, they nerfed her.
It's insane to be like, well, that's not the same format. It is exactly the same format. It's exactly the same format between all of the different tiers of, our alliance raids. It's pretty much the same thing. Where you see the most variation was between Binding Coil of Bahamut and Alexander, and now there's less variation between Alexander and Omega.
You know what I just realized in this expansion? There's not even any boss fights that like you can use the mechanics to kill other people. Like everything's just dependent on you.
Now you have to try real hard to murder other people.
No, there isn't no trying to murder people.
What do you mean? Like what was the mechanic that you could use to kill someone?
Remember in one of the Lost Cities where like the giant sausage moth thing like would use Psycho something, and there was the giant AoE.
And you look at that fucking person you want to kill.
Yeah, that's right. Or like attaching the goblins to people in the long stop. What was that place called? Brayflox. Yes.
Hard mode.
Yes. Finding ways to kill people using the mechanics was so much fun.
Because the bosses was so easy. Like you couldn't die. So.
Yeah. I mean, there were trash packs too that some of them had either unique spawn patterns or something like that. You don't even get that. They're just lazily kind of sat there. Oh, you beat that one wall piece. Now you got 3 little boogers that'll beat up on you.
Brayflox tag, yeah.
The normal mode one for Brayflox was the dragon, right? Mm-hmm. Even then, you could drop puddles on people if you wanted to be a jerk. If you had a new tank, playing a DPS high, steal hate, and then kill the tank with it, good times.
Yeah. But it is objectively less content because again, instead of getting 3 dungeons per patch, we're getting 1 dungeon per patch. And what's the trade-off? Where did those 2 dungeons go?
Where does the PvP in Eureka?
Fuck
and
off.
Aquapolis.
Fuck off. No, because we were getting the same amount of development for PvP. Mm-hmm. In 2.0, we got the standard PvP, and we also got the fucking...
ones.
Yeah.
And let's not forget that we were also getting primals quite regularly, as well as their extreme modes quite regularly, and
Hildebrand Trials.
And artifact quests for our relic.
Dude.
Oh my god, artifact quests. Yeah, right.
We haven't even started doing that yet. We're not going to get that, guys, until probably, February or March is when we're going to see Eureka now. Almost a year after release, and then we'll start our relic weapon.
Wow.
But no, Taro, you're right. We're getting the exact same amount of fucking content.
Then is denial.
Sorry.
You are on denial.
We're on denial.
You are on denial.
I want to hang out on denial.
We're DDoSing ourselves, guys.
That's right. We're on denial.
In real life.
What does that mean?
I have no fucking
Denial
clue.
of service? I don't know what the other D is for.
Listen, denial is not just a river in fucking Egypt.
And the other D is distributed, by the way.
Yeah.
Distributed denial of service.
Yes, that's what DDoS is.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Anyway.
You guys want to know a little bit more about Rival Wings?
No, I don't.
I'm on denial, Kahlo. I don't know. I don't know what I can. It's like a status effect. I'm affected by on denial.
What's the symbol for that look like?
It looks like
a giant dick.
It looks it looks like a giant gaping asshole.
Oh, a goatsy?
Yes, a goatsy-like gaped asshole. Oh, that's the symbol for the debuff for on denial.
Guys, this was important. This was important, right? Because I didn't want anyone to overlook this. All right, so one of the things that they're adding, this is under the additional updates. Okay, custom deliveries. The weekly reset for custom deliveries will be changed from Thursday to Tuesday. But if you actually read on the new website about it, it gives like a little snippet. It says everyone's favorite officer, that's Nango, is looking for a few good adventurers to help her raise money for a good cause.
Oh.
Through regular contributions, Disciples of the Hand and Land will be able to strengthen their ties with Nango and experience the story of the Resistance, Widows, and Orphans Fund. Crafters get storyline, guys.
Yeah, they're starting the orphanage.
That's already been a thing with Zoe. If any of you had done it instead of just calling her a whore,
well, she's
Zoe
a whore.
actually has a storyline where you learn about some of the orphans and how she's doing the orphanage. Like, yes, there is a storyline.
I'll tell you what.
I'm sorry, Nika. I was too busy being distracted by her ruined vagina.
God damn it!
Now that Nago's joining the orphanage, I might pay attention to it. I do love her hair.
Okay, you don't get the distributors. You only get access to the kids.
Yeah, she's just opening up a new branch in Alamigo.
That's right.
You know what?
She's the madame.
I think that maybe you should put in to head the branch over in Doma, though.
Oh, I don't want to move to Doma.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll run the one in I'll run the one in the Mist.
Okay.
I like the Mist. I'll go there. I'm on the orphanage there.
In the Fire Elemental Red Light District?
Yes, absolutely. There is one in Limsa, you said, right?
We're going to put you right next to Skurro's
Smashed Wench.
We're going to put you right next to Skurro's Anal Corks and more.
Yeah, there
why should today be any different?
You know, there actually is a red light district in Kugane. Did you know
specifically, we're going to put you downwind from Skurro's Anal Corks and more.
I might object.
Yeah.
Nope.
I may relocate.
It's the only location that you get.
Have you guys found the red light district in Kugane? There is one. It's in the north section. Like, you can't actually do anything there, but there are NPCs that talk about how their husbands go there.
You know what? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that the story we talked about on Final Encounter Cast, that the World War, I'm pretty sure that I could find things to do there.
Yeah, absolutely, you could.
Absolutely.
There's like an NPC
we don't have the right
there.
emotes.
Yeah.
There's an NPC standing there with a lantern, bright red lantern on a stick, and he's just standing there. There's nothing to interact.
We have the one firework where you spray off a champagne bottle.
Yep.
I guess that could work.
I'm gonna go there and take off all of my gear except for the Odin helm. And just stand there. Just stand around for a while.
Please do.
No.
Come on, you might as well be logged in and do something.
I mean, yeah. It's not like the game's giving me anything compelling to do.
Yeah, so we'll make our own content. Which, by the way, is what I've said is the only purpose of roleplay. We get mad at our peers because they actually found something to do in this game, and that is frustrating. That's what it takes.
I mean, you're on denial, so...
I'm very on denial.
Yeah.
But I'll say this. Even Balmung's a fucking ghost town. There's no one fucking on this game.
There really isn't. Like, it really is. Populations are noticeably down. They're so much lower than they were even at Heavensward's lowest. It just seems like there's been a sharp fall off since the end of Heavensward. Actually, probably since 3.3 was when I started to feel the drop off.
Because they had a little bit of there was some warm fuzzies after FanFest where I think people stuck around for a bit. And it was about the...
Yeah, FanFest does a good job of hyping and fuzzies.
No, there's always some warm fuzzies after that where everyone sticks around. Even we were pretty hyped up.
Yeah, because we were hyped around other players.
No, absolutely. I don't... Reasons notwithstanding, that is always an effect. And then, like, about January, there is where all of a sudden it dipped.
Yeah.
And it went fast.
Yeah. And again, there's all of these people that disagree that are like, oh, well, cancel your sub. Why are you trying to advocate for people canceling their sub? For as critical as we've been of this game, again, and I pointed this out last week, we understand that the lifeblood of any MMO, especially with the subscription model, is how many people are paying the fucking sub.
Yep.
So why are you openly advocating for anyone, even if you disagree with the shit that they're saying, to quit the fucking game? That actively damages the game long term. Anyone that you go, well, if you don't like it, you can fuck off. No,
You're going to be playing with yourself for very well.
Exactly. Yeah, you're going to be playing on empty servers, and then, like a caller had mentioned last week, the shit'll go free to play, and it'll go microtrans out the ass, and then you're going to be really unhappy, and then there's going to be fucking 50,000 people playing this at most.
Oh, it's going to look like Vanadil.
Wait, he says, I'm not. I'm just saying that you cannot be enraged for 1 month. What?
We've been enraged for a long time.
Yeah, if you think that we're raging after just like a month of this, you haven't been paying attention.
God damn it!
Hey, you must be new here, for real.
He's on denial, Nika.
No, we're on denial.
Oh, we're on denial.
You're on denial.
We're all on denial.
The whole system's on denial.
You can't handle the denial.
Look what you did.
Mama always said life is like a box of denial.
So maybe I'm in denial.
It's painful. It's getting painful to watch the repetition again. The same cycle of shit again. I can't name another game that does this. I can't name another MMO that is this repetitive with their fucking content.
WoW did it for like 4 years.
I was going to say,
they did it for a long time.
WoW,
really?
WoW did it.
They went through this.
They had the common sense to evolve, to try something different. You know, when Chuck and I were driving here, you know, we talked about how what they did in 2.0 wasn't any. There was nothing revolutionary about that for MMOs, right? 2.0 was great because it was such a stark, improvement from 1.0, and then it had a banging story, right?
Right.
But this idea of doing tomes, that's fucking grinding for Valor badges in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that's your weeklies and dailies all over again.
Which they got rid of back in with Legion, or might have even been back with something else. I don't know. But
WoW got super repetitive and did the same shit that 14 is doing now until Cataclysm.
Can I tell you?
What I'm curious about, though, is that WoW's patch updates, though, used to be much more scarce. So I'm curious how WoW kept so many players around.
Actually, because remember we did the episode a little while ago because of the big update coming to World of Warcraft, that their updates right now are about on par.
No. Now they are. But
I'm talking about back at it.
Oh, well, it's changed from like expansion to expansion. Warlords of Draenor, the previous one, was like by far the worst expansion ever, and they had actually done like even further increase. They fucked everything up basically.
So did people drop off there, or do they still have
probably?
But no. And here's the thing. This was going to be my point. Is that there are some games that can absorb something like that. That can absorb a period of time where things are very repetitive or very boring. That your player base isn't challenged. When you have 10 million subscribers to lose. Lose.
Right.
When most MMOs can operate off of sub 1 million players. Sub 1 million subs. They've got 10 million that they can mow through before they go, we've got a fucking problem here.
Yeah, things aren't working, guys. Let's change it up.
That's the big difference, is that Final Fantasy XIV and really every other MMO can never, ever hit that high watermark. They can never get as high as World of Warcraft did. They can never even get as close. So when they fall harder. They fall farther.
Yeah, by the time they realize they fucked up, nobody's coming back. They've moved on to something else.
Exactly. And the thing is that Final Fantasy XIV already got this once. They got this with the 1.0 to 2.0 reboot. Do you think that they're honestly going to be able to get that again?
No.
Again? Really?
When I leave 14 this time, it's for good.
Yeah.
I'm never coming back.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing. If I do, it'll be like I did with WoW. I come back for a month, and then I'm like, why am I playing this game?
Yeah. It's kind of like when you tried to break up with 11, you got to tip it, like rock it back and forth 3 times before you can tip that machine over. You can't just push over a vending machine. You got to tip it back and forth.
I know that Yoshi P has gone out of his way to try to learn from Blizzard and WoW. I just don't know what
they're taking from it.
What are you taking away?
Here's the problem. Like, in World of Warcraft, 1.0, vanilla WoW was different from Burning Crusade, which was different from Wrath of Lich King, which was different from Cataclysm, which was different from Pandaria, which was vastly different from Worlds of Draenor, which is a shithole, and then which was different from
Legion.
You're talking content-wise.
Yes, they shake
expansion.
Up everything.
Every time there's an expansion, it's like you're playing a new game.
And they're not
every
afraid.
Time.
And clearly with Draenor, like they're not afraid for one to fail. Like Cataclysm was a huge chance.
Am I crazy? Am I crazy, or do I recall Final Fantasy XIV trying to pass off that same fucking sales line? Is that, oh well, when you get Heavensward, it'll feel like a whole new game.
Yes.
Oh, when you get Stormblood, it's going to feel like a whole new game. No, it fucking doesn't.
It's like, well, there was some battle system differences that feel slightly different. The fact is that because the content model is similar, as different as the gameplay might feel, the actual content is the same. So in that way, it does not feel like a new game.
Them trying to pass off, like when I look back on it now, the battle system changes was such fucking bullshit, because WoW does that kind of stuff every expansion. They trim and they change stuff. Those are just balance changes in any other MMO.
Exactly.
But they're these big, giant, earth-shattering, altering battle changes. Fuck off.
Dude, that was half of their salesmanship for Stormblood. And we had an episode where we talked about the job changes and the differences. It's not a new game. That's not a different game. It's just a new fucking gauge. It's a new bar to fill arbitrarily before you can get on a bunch of different moves unlocked.
There's a new UI element.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not new. It's not new. It doesn't feel like a different fucking game at all.
If we change our tip jar and we redo some of the fonts, we'll be a whole new show.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Limit Break Radio 3.0.
That's right. Let's go back to our phone lines and talk to Viptherial of Coral. What's up, Viptherial?
Sorry, just for a quick thing. It's Viper Thrall, and I know it sounds stupid, but anyway, moving on. Viptherial.
No.
I like Viptherial.
You're Viptherial from now on. You'll never be able to. That's your new nickname.
Thanks, Vip.
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna get a hold of the DMV.
By all means.
All right.
So what's happening? A couple things real quick. First of all this is more of a thought than necessarily disagreement, but 1.0 was such a failure in so many respects. I have to think that they took the funding to go ahead and develop 2.0 from other sources other than what was actually there. Heck, you were probably in a deficit at the end of that game the way it was. So while I completely agree, I would like to have the funding stay here with this game, the fact of the matter is we're probably paying back kind of like an interest loan almost to the other branches that we sucked away from to get the 2.0 in the first place.
Yeah. All right. Viperthal kind of breaking up there is called. I don't know what's going on with our Discord.
It's on Discord server.
It's on It's something about Discord. So if you want your call to be clear, make sure that you call in via Skype. Just saying. I don't know what's going on with Discord, but it's fucking irritating.
He makes an interesting point though. The transition from 1.0 to 2.0. Absolutely. The funding to make 2.0 was definitely being siphoned out of other sections of the company. But I don't think that's an excuse to now give objectively less out of in Final Fantasy 14 to pull funding away from it.
It is an interesting theory. The idea that for 2.0 they were given a shit ton of money, and through 3.0 and 4.0, they're kind of
now they're paying it back.
They're trying to pay it back. Except Yoshi went and let the dog out of the bag when he was like, "Hey, yeah, we have a bigger budget this time around."
See, exactly. You know what? Let
the dog out of the bag.
That's right.
Yeah, is instead of the cat. Good job.
I don't put cats in bags. That's mean.
But
you put dogs in bags?
Fuck those guys.
Here's the thing, though, is that I think you're exactly right that he really undercut his ability to explain the drop in quality between expansions by saying, look, we're putting more money into it, and people, like, when you say that, people expected more. That was I'm telling you, that was the thing that people latched onto at FanFest.
I forgot about that.
People, anyone who was in attendance at FanFest, and I back me up, I don't think that I'm crazy on this, but I think most fucking people who were there really latched onto that statement that they're putting a higher budget on this than they did on Heavensward. They latched onto that fucker like a life raft, and they were like, that's why Stormblood is going to be good.
Yep.
They're putting more money into it. They're putting more resources into it, and look what we fucking have.
Because we needed a reason to believe.
Yes,
didn't we? We were desperate for something, and finally, we're like, oh my God, because that would be such a convenient thing to hear.
Arvant says, oh God, I remember watching the stream and seeing people going ape shit about the bigger budget.
Absolutely, because we were at a point right then when there was almost no reason to have any faith, and that gives you a reason not only to say, well, it'll be better in the future, but it gives an explanation as to maybe why it's not so great now.
Absolutely.
And because the other option is because Square-Enix as a development team is fucking it up, and that's a much bigger problem and a much harder one to fix.
Again, again, the way that people latched onto that statement and like desperately clung to that is the reason that Stormblood is going to be good. Like, just I don't see it. Like, like, why did anyone believe that lie to begin with? You know what I mean? Like, there is no reason to believe at any point during the marketing that we were objectively going to be getting more content with Stormblood. Even in the FanFest presentations, we were like, that's fucking it. Like, they were like, Eureka, and then they just moved right the fuck past it. Like, I'm so concerned that we're this late into, or this close to 4.1, where we ostensibly should have seen information about Eureka, now being pushed off to 4.2, and we just have no information about it. We have nothing. Does that make anyone else concerned? I'm very concerned.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Like at this point, like I told you guys before Stormblood, like 4.1 is going to be a very make or break patch for me because it's going to show us what we need to know about are we in for 2.0 again, or are we in for 3.0 or 2.x or 3.x? Which one are we going to be following?
This is going to be worse. This is going to be so much worse because imagine all the stuff you're doing right now. Okay, when 4.1 drops, you'll be able to go into Ivalice. So you have 4 bosses to get a new set of gear. Mm-hmm. All right. And you can do MSQ, and then you have to wait another 4 to 5 months for the next patch.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about right now. Like, if you're actually playing right now, what you're doing, the goals that you're trying to achieve for yourself.
Have you already got your fucking tome gear? Well, you're done.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't cleared 04 yet.
Okay, but when you clear 04S and then maybe you'll have Bahamut. Is that gonna be 4 to 5 months worth of content, Nika?
Probably not.
Nika, you know as well as anyone that for 90, like, I'm gonna be generous here. Let's go 95% of the player base. That tome gear is good enough. And that's really it. That's once people are through their tome gear, they're like, I have nothing else to do. Because unless you're trying to raid right from the onset of the patch or the expansion, there's a good chance that raiding does not interest you.
Right.
So for the vast majority of the community, they have nothing to do throughout this next patch except upgrade the tome gear that they've already got.
It'll be doing your Ivalice runs weekly so that you can upgrade your tome gear.
That's it.
That's going to be the bulk of your content through 2018. It'll be like, as you point out on the way in
February or March.
It'll be 2018 the next time you're upgrading your eye level to new gear.
Oh man, Shadows Walker, why are you bitching about content, lol? Sorry, people got lives.
Oh my God.
Lives.
What?
People got lives.
People got lives. No, here's the problem.
What does that have to do with... Okay, the issue, that what we should be bitching about is how there's so much content that our busy lives, we can't keep up with it. That should be what we're bitching about.
Exactly.
That is the complete opposite of what is happening.
People have lives, and people should have lives. But you know what? The developers of this game are paid full-time to work on this game. They're not doing their fucking job. What else do they have to do? What else do they have to do? Please tell me what takes precedence over developing the game that we shell out between $12 and $14 a month for. Please tell me what is more important than doing their job. And what good does it do to have you not hold them responsible for that? By you being an apologist and saying, well, they've got stuff to do, guys. They've got busy lives. They're overworked. They're so tired. I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of the same shit over and over and over again. I'm tired of paying the same amount of money to get objectively less and less with each content patch and each expansion. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable for a game, one of the last games that charges you monthly to fucking play. And I'm sorry, but this is the last shot that any company gets to do at a monthly subscription MMO to make it work. Do you like microtransactions? No? Guess what? You're going to have to put up with them from now until the end of fucking time. You know why? Because it shits money. It shits money.
Yep.
Why do you think we have microtransactions in this fucking game on top of the $14 that you pay every fucking month? This is your money. Your money. I'm advocating for your money to be used fucking properly. Are you okay with your money being used irresponsibly? Because they're not using it to develop this fucking game. They're not doing it. They're not using the fucking money to develop what veteran players want out of this game. The only thing that's getting developed is how do we bring new people in? How do we keep bringing people in? Let's put more logos on Mrs. Freshly's packages.
We need more crossovers for FF15.
Let's make another. Let's build another fucking billboard.
Yes, more billboards.
What's the
more
new
billboards?
remake?
Honestly, there should have already been a 15 crossover. They missed the boat.
No. They're not going to do a 15 crossover with 14.
Those people are already like in the game.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point advertising to them.
No. Next is a Call of Duty crossover with FF15.
Oh God.
And then we're going to get a Wolfenstein crossover with FF15. And then Skyrim's going to come to FF15.
Why?
Overwatch 15.
Maybe Nazi Zombies is what this game
Festival
needs.
was really cute.
Why are people?
It worked way better than it should have. I was like, this should not work, but for some reason, it is.
Nobody cares.
Why are people totally okay with giving their money over to something that gives them objectively less and less? Why is that okay?
Like quantitatively, like how much there is less and how good it is less.
Fine. If this is how much content you want to present to me as a subscribing player, knock $2 more off my sub. I pay
$9.99.
I pay $12. Yeah, make it $9.99.
$9.99.
Yeah, you know what? If you do that,
it's what I'm paying for.
It's
what I'm fucking paying for.
That I pay $9.99. I would also like to rather be paying $7.99. That feels more normal for what I'm getting.
No,
or
but
$5.99.
It's not worth $12 to $14.
It's not worth $9.99.
It's not.
It's not worth
$24.99.
This is embarrassing when you put it up against other MMOs. It's embarrassing when you put it up against WoW. And Square-Enix, they've got to know it. They've got to know it. They've got to see these numbers. They have to. There's no way that this doesn't translate to less subs or less people logging in. Let's go back to our phone lines one final time and talk to Morgan Freeman, who's hanging out on the line.
Yes, what? No way.
What's happening, Morgan?
Man, I'm bummed out, man.
No, you're not Morgan Freeman.
You sound different than Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, you don't sound
I
quite.
am bummed out. Bummed out. There are some we have got idiots in our community. This community used to be a great community. Now we got some fools talking some crazy stuff, man. Square-Enix used to respect the lore. They don't respect the lore.
Yeah, they don't
respect their gamers.
Honestly,
they don't respect the gamers anymore either, man.
Honestly, after getting to the other side of the Stormblood story, I have to agree with you, Morgan. I do not feel like Square Enix cares about the story or the world that they're building in this game anymore.
If you don't remember how you felt when you wanted to finish The Binding Coil and you couldn't, and you had to watch it on YouTube with a character that wasn't yours, and you were upset. If you don't remember that, you do not have a stake in what is going on in Final Fantasy XIV right now. You don't, because you haven't been there long enough. Period. I put too much money and too much time into this game for it to go where it's going now, as opposed to where it was before.
Yeah.
And that's just my feeling about it. I don't have a lot of fancy words. I don't have. All I know is what I like. Okay, I like Final Fantasy games for the story. I've played the game for the story. The active time battle is neat, but you know what? In reality, it's pretty fucking boring. But I did the battle so I could see the next cutscene.
Right.
And I did another battle so I could see another cutscene. I don't even care about these cutscenes. I don't care about the characters. They don't kill anybody. Nobody stays dead. Nobody stays dead. They killed Kosetsu. He came right back. My hypest point with this game, my hypest point was when they dropped the Heaven's Ward trailer at FanFest.
Yep.
Ever since then, I've been nothing but disappointed with this game.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And Morgan Freeman telling it like it is.
Yeah, for real. I don't think that you would get much disagreement out of any of the cast members here. And that's the thing. I think, people need to remember that not all of us, but some of us have been playing this game all the way since 1.0. Some of us, their subscription goes all the way back to when 1.0 launched and has never lapsed. My subscription has never lapsed to FF14. And for as bad as 1.0 was, and everyone will rush to admit that 1.0 was bad, whether they played it or not, whether they actually had a stake in the game or not, whether they actually bought the software or saw even a moment of 1.0 or not, they are quick to jump all over that pile of shit game. And that's fine. But most of them did not actually experience it. I did. I paid for my sub. Throughout every month that you could pay for a sub, I paid for my sub. And I stayed. I stayed connected to that game all the way through the development from 1.0 to 2.0. I stayed with that game. I never lapsed. I never got as bored with it as I am right now. Think about that. Just think about that.
Is it worse now than it was at the end of 1.0?
I think yeah.
Yeah.
I think yeah. Because we've seen how good it can be. And we've seen that, clearly the development staff is talented. Clearly they can make good game elements. And clearly they can make a compelling story. Why they are not, I don't have the answer to. But I can tell you that I am way less into what they're doing right now with Stormblood than I was towards the end of 1.0. Like, we're talking like like where they had finally gotten around to adding the jobs into 1.0, right? Like, we're not even talking like Dalamud's falling from the sky, right? Like, we're talking like Yoshi P's first fucking patch onto 1.0. I was way more invested in that game than I am this.
Well, it's a fair question to ask. Is this development staff a one-hit wonder? I mean, there have been plenty of development teams across all forms of media, whether it be music or movies or whatever. Are
they a one-trick pony?
Yeah,
do they only
put out
know how to
wonderful,
do? Yeah.
And they can't do anything else wonderful.
Do they only know how to do one thing?
It's fair to ask.
I think that's a fair question, especially to ask at this point where we've seen nothing but 3 cycles of repetition.
Yeah, one-hit wonder. I would say yes at this point, and I don't think it's unfair to argue that.
And again, we keep kicking the the real thing that's going to decide it is going to be Eureka. And for as much as we're kicking that down the road, Square-Enix is kicking it just as far down the road.
They don't want to Eureka's Judgment Day.
They know what's at stake.
Yeah, it's Judgment Day.
I think they know what's at stake with Eureka.
If Eureka bombs, there's no coming back. It's done.
Jesus Christ, you guys! This is literally the same discussion we had 2 years ago with Diadem.
I agree.
Yeah.
Verbatim.
It's exactly the same.
Diadem is going to be the Judgment Day. Like, it's going to be a Diadem. If Diadem sucks, then it's over for them.
But you see, they positioned the failing Diadem at just the right point to where we're like, you know what? Stormblood could turn it around.
Oh, God.
So we'll get Eureka.
That was Diadem 2.0.
We're going to get Eureka in 4.25. It's going to suck. They're going to immediately announce a Eureka reworking that will come in 4.55B. That'll suck. But then we'll be like, but 5.0 is right around the corner, guys. They have a chance to fix this.
But Darlamud's nutsack is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Just stick around for that.
All right. Thanks for the call, Morgan. We appreciate it. We appreciate hearing from all of our listeners. Again, the mouthy members of our chat room not having the spine or the fortitude to give us a call here on the show.
Taro.
It's disappointing.
I know, but
it's disappointing. There's YouTube commenters, and the thing is that so many of them go, "Well, I can't always tune in on Sunday," as an excuse for not calling in.
I actually feel
and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Taro is.
Well, he said if Eureka ends up being terrible, then I will agree that the wait was not worth it.
He will agree.
Right, but until then, we cannot be sure. And it's like, buddy, we've lived through this with Diadem.
We've been down this road
twice with Diadem.
You just don't understand, man.
Yeah.
You just don't get it.
I don't have a mic in 2017.
Yeah, right, exactly. Because everything doesn't just have a mic built into it.
Because
right?
You fucking liar. Everyone has a mic.
Exactly. Literally everyone fucking has a mic. So, anyway, no, it was great to hear from all of our callers.
Like Vip Earthel?
Yes, Viptherial.
Viptherial, sorry.
Yes,
Viptherial,
classic Vip.
It rhymes with diphtheria.
It does, kind of.
Yeah.
In a very Dr. Seussical way.
That's right. It's the Seuss version of diphtheria. Oh. You have Viptheriia.
I do not like Viptheriia.
No, that sounds
I do not like it on a boat, and I do not like it in a coat.
It definitely sounds like an STD I would expect a Scalia to have, though.
I do not.
Viptheriia?
Yeah. I do not like it injected into my asshole.
AIDS!
Just remember, on denial,
We are on denial.
You're on denial.
By the way, show name.
On denial.
Oh, hands down, on denial. But the debuff for it is a gigantic gaping asshole.
Correct.
I'm not insulting and being bullied.
What?
He says, troll me? I'm not insulting and being bullied.
Oh.
No, I said I pity you, man.
Oh, he's being bullied because he's staying in a chat room where people disagree with him.
Rape channel.
Damn it, I knew that was coming. I knew that joke was coming.
Anyway, all right, that's going to do it here for Limit Break Radio. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. This is an interesting show. I have no idea what the fuck we're going to do next week.
Nothing.
I have no idea. I have no idea what next week's show is going to contain. What the fuck do we talk about? We talked about everything for the live letter. We talked about the entire fucking trailer. We went over the trailer twice.
Yeah, we need.
And we did a music segment last week.
Yeah, we can't.
There's definitely not going to be enough music.
Fuck.
What about if we sing our favorite songs from Final Fantasy XIV?
3-hour fan fiction
we have to prepare for the perform, guys.
You know what? We actually don't have enough fanfics for that. I think we have 2 fanfics left.
Oh, well, hey guys, send in some fan fiction. Now's the time.
No, don't.
Do you want me to write some?
Tempt them.
Gallant says FFXI Nostalgia Hour.
I'm in.
We
did that a year. Yeah, we did that like a year ago.
It's the annual.
Our final send-off to 11.
The second annual FF11.
We cannot rehash content.
I'm not resubbing.
Rehashing.
I actually, you know what? No, I like that idea to make Nika resub one more fucking time.
No,
because it was such a big deal to get her to resub after she had unsubbed in that moment of emotion.
It was. I had a really heartfelt send off where I was crying on the stream. And you guys were like, no, we have one more day. I was like,
you got one more day. Sorry.
Well, you're going to have to figure out what we're going to talk about by tuning in next week. Twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio, 4 p.m.
Send us your suggestions on Twitter.
They're gonna have shitty.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like we got. It's not like we got any ideas of our own. Yeah. I thought Juxta was going to put something out productive into the world. No, nothing.
Why
nothing
would you think that?
No. What? He wound up.
I know all about swallowing.
He wound up like he was going to say something, and then he just goes.
Yeah, everything's a letdown with him. His thing in college was whenever we're trying to figure something out, he'd go, maybe we're going about this the wrong way.
And then not say anything. Everything is a letdown with him, especially your child.
Wow.
Biggest letdown ever.
Jesus.
What?
Harsh.
No.
It's
I have
in
a
her
bigger
DNA.
letdown.
4.1.
What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside your trunk. I'm gonna get drunk. Get you drunk off of my hump. My hump.
What is
my hump?
It was from the bed.
My hump.
I was like, is this a drop or is Rob actually singing that?
Check it out. Drive these brothers crazy.
This is still going?
This is very long.
Nice.
Did you sing the whole song?
All these ices.
I don't know if I did all of it, but a lot of it. I used to do a wheel, like a spinning wheel thing when people would sub on the channel, and one of them was singing a song, and people got to pick the song. This was one of them.
It's weird to have him being the subject of the clip and also talking on top of it.
So that's weird.
Really, really disorienting.
Do you just have the one?
Okay, it stopped now.
God damn.
Because I did like 5 or 6 of them, I think.
How many do I have?
Probably all of them.
All right, that's going to do it for Limit Break Radio. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We appreciate hearing from all our callers as well as all of our audience. Thank you guys for hanging out in the chat room. Twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio starting at 4 p.m. You can join us live, call in, because God knows we won't have a show next week if you don't. So be here at 4 p.m. and sound off on all of the cool stuff that you hear on Limit Break Radio. All right, I want to thank my crew, Kahlo, Escalia, Juxta, and Nika. I'm an Nero. Keep listening. Limit Break Radio is a production of LimitBreakRadio.com and Bender Media Productions. This episode was produced by Kalo Landis, Juxtaposition, and Kooky Persona. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square-Enix. Funding for Limit Break Radio is provided by Miri Kennett, Satori Komeji, Dark Flux, Null Packet, Shara Heartslot, Nexian Theta, Brian Alexander, Tommy Carlson, Hirsch Fersch, and fellow Limit Break Radio listeners. To support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. Opening music in this episode from Daniel Lambie. Listen to Man with the Machine Gun and other great tracks at facebook.com/Daniel Lambie Metal Gamer. Closing music in this episode provided by Husky by the Geek. Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV and video game rock covers and original music at facebook.com/Husky by the Geek. In-game graphics for Limit Break Radio's Twitch stream are provided by Diamond Multimedia. Check out their line of AMD graphics cards and other hardware at diamondmm.com. Limit Break Radio and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.